guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
Welcome to another Saturday morning with the It's Drunken Chat crew, son. The Sun crew, look, freaking, I got some drinking to do, and I figured I might as well freaking annoy the rest of these motherfuckers while I'm freaking doing it. Uh, freaking, we are blessed once again with, we got the boys, Aaron, Ultra, Blind Man on the Remo. We are without the main man again. God bless him, freaking, hopeful recovery. Um, Fellas, go ahead and introduce yourselves. What's up?
Yeezy Yee, also known as Aaron. So, yeah, we'll see how late I can stay up tonight because I do have work tomorrow, but it's not until the evening, so it doesn't matter. So I'll probably be up all night. But yeah, follow me on Whatnot Instagram. You can catch me on all kinds of different podcasts over on Beyond Wednesdays and Near Nirvana, and Knife Wonders channel.
Sleepy Ultra, what's going on, brother?
What up, everybody? I'm Ultra Maximus. I've been awake for 20 hours. I made an appearance on both Blind Adam's channel and Ninth Wonders channel on Wednesday. Please go back and check out the replays of all that wonderful content. Smash that like buttons and leave them comments to help break some algorithms. Now, when it comes to me, I just hanging out, living the dad life, and having a good time with my son, and doing things other than making comic book content for YouTube. And I know that disappoints a lot of people because I used to bring a lot of spec to Wednesdays, and Sabra was like, for all you Wednesday comic book presser people, know that the Sabra spec, I'm glad to see it come back around again. I'm just sorry it just took so many months for it to happen. But I'm loving that everybody's still on board for the secret variant. I'm getting more and more retailers coming by the show, which is pretty wicked. And look forward to another episode. So if I fall asleep and I dip out and I don't say goodbye, just know that's where you're going to find me next. And I'm trying my best to very, very much stay awake and hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, I mean that's where it started. I mean, first we started with just the general public. Then we had retailers, and I know a couple of publishers have been listening to this content that you've been putting out, man. So yeah, man, freaking. It's a heavy wheel, man. Freaking heavy on the shoulders, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm doing this all for free. So, if one of these publishers or something, wants to give me a gig, I'm all for it. Just throwing that out there.
And then Lord of Brooklyn, I took off the suit, so I'm not a game show host tonight. No, anymore.
Yeah,
So,
you know what?
That was a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
that was very well done too, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good show.
So was the tie silk?
Huh?
Was the tie silk?
I'll have to check, but I do tie it every time. So,
well,
I don't think it is.
Obviously, I knew you were not a clip-on kind of guy.
Yeah. Ant was asking me if I like pre-tie it and just leave it, and it's like kind of like no, you gotta have that fresh.
Honestly, it depends on the tie. If the tie shows a lot of creases, sometimes you want to pre-time and leave them, and just use the one adjustment so it doesn't fuck with it.
Okay.
However, if you don't press your ties on a regular basis or dry clean them on a regular basis, it is a good idea to untie them and hang them up.
Yeah. So I just leave it. I just
nowadays there's a thing called YouTube, man, and they got some sick ass different knots you might want to try. So it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. I want to try out that full. I want to try out the full one.
I haven't tied one fucking knot that my mom taught me when I was a teenager.
And that's what I'm saying. But I seen some shit the other day. I was like, damn.
Yeah. But I will say, the tie looks like it's like black with like a lot of little dots on it. Those dots are actually little skulls.
Oh, see.
Details, my man. Details. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're going into the men's warehouse and buying $100 ties.
I know, right?
Men's warehouse. Nah, you need to go to a real tailor, have them make you your own freaking tie and shit.
$500 ties versus $100 ties here, Lucas. Come on now.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it, man.
It depends on how good those comic sales are, though, right?
Yeah. Customize ties for my fat neck and customized belts for my fat ass.
We'll wear a tie for paycheck, just okay. No.
Rita.
I haven't tied a tie in I don't know how long, man. It's been a long time, man, since I had to wear a tie, man. I don't even wear ties at church. As Big Remo, you know what I'm saying? Instagram, I'm on there all day long, man. Whatnot. We might do another sale here shortly, man. I gotta see. I do got a lot of stuff to get rid of, as you can see in the back. So, yeah.
You were showing us something interesting that
Yeah.
sponsor from
Man.
Dog Days had done for you. Now, where did she
Yes.
do that? You said that she did it at Baltimore Con or
No. She just did this. This was out of the kindness of her heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, just her. You know what I'm saying? Just giving back to the community. You know what I mean? And she had heard about my dog's untimely passing, and she decided to immortalize him in comics.
That is nuts.
That's awesome sauce.
Yeah, so what we're looking at
Shout out
is
to Trish Forrester, man. She's a real one. You know what I mean? Like, she can do no wrong in my book, and anybody say something bad about her, they're gonna have to deal with me. So
that is
You know what I
amazing.
mean?
Man. It looks just like that one, and with a little Disney animated eyes and shit, man. That is crazy.
She captured everything about him, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
man. Yeah, shout out to Trish, real one.
Yeah, Adam, you know Trish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had her on your show.
She's made multiple appearances on Awesome Sauce Radio.
One of the very few non-porn related people you've actually had on your show.
I'm in that category too, right?
Yeah, actually, this is Blind Adam, Awesome Sauce Radio on Wednesday nights. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to be starting this next week, doing 2 shows a week. Not sure how the second show is going to go yet. And just to update everyone, I got good feedback from the doctors, and I just have to get my blood checked again in December. So to everyone who gave me prayers and positive vibes, and
that's right.
Get through the last couple months. Thank you.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah,
that's good news, Adam.
Lord
Yes,
Brooklyn
sir.
says game show host Aaron Yee. Yeah.
Well,
There he is.
there's some plans in the future coming back.
Let's go on, blood.
You're on mute.
It's not that I was on mute. I wasn't saying nothing.
He's not to work out. He just wanted to show his muscles. He just wanted to flex out.
That's right.
Go ahead, flex on him, man. Flex on him.
You already know what it is.
I mean, I would have believed he was on PEDs if that was a Padres hat.
Ooh.
I was watching that game the other day, man. Them dudes all over jacked, man. I was the Giants, I was like, shit.
Well, it's not like you have a bunch of these like sitting around, so that should be all right.
Yeah,
What is it?
He's got a little
Fernando Tatis rookie card. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait. What happened to him, man? Because I haven't heard shit about him.
So he was getting back off the injury list, and then he ended up testing positive for PEDs.
Oh.
And then he was trying to blame it on ringworms.
Yeah.
No. He was trying to take something to get rid of. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it's kind of like. Yeah.
That's too bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still.
That's who I was talking about. I was watching him. He was looking like a fucking. He looked like a murderer. That dude was huge.
He's still young in his career, so I wouldn't surprise me if he bounced back from it. Like whenever he plays.
Literally,
yeah, but everything that he does from now on is going to be with an asterisk.
No. I'm thinking he was doing that to come back, still being strong, and then not have to tap the slump when he came back. So he was, trying to get back in shape.
Yeah, and especially when you have Juan Soto joining your team too, exactly. You kind of you have 2 big hitters on the same team, they're going to do some damage next year.
Cycles, you take a couple, you take them once, and then you don't have to keep taking them. You take them every so often, right? Yeah. You got to cycle on and cycle off. At least that's what I heard. When you start the season, you should be off cycle, or it's opposite. You're supposed to be, because they only test you. I had a couple friends that were in the NFL, and they said they only test you they don't test you really during the season. It's like in the off season when they try and catch you.
No, they only test you when you break Barry Bonds' home run record.
I mean, they still didn't prove it, right?
There's someone that's about to break Hank Aaron's record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Like
on the Cardinals, Albert Pujols, right?
Yeah, but whoa, didn't they like disqualify all the roid records?
Oh, you mean like the Sosa and McGuire ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they put asterisks next to it or whatever.
Well, they want Pujols to break the record. They want him to play one more year and try and break the record, but
yeah,
he wanted to be retired 2 years ago.
All right, but yeah,
I heard somebody making the argument for roids. Like, I just want to see them roid them all up and then have at it, man. Have home run contests. Like, whoa.
Well, then you're not watching baseball anymore. You know?
I mean, yes, then you are watching a home run competition powered by Road Rage and Roid Rage, not Road Rage.
Yeah,
I want to see him.
He's out till May, about May.
Yeah, that's the whole season.
So this might be the best time. This might be the best time if you are really interested in that player to pick up those cards.
Yeah, I mean his cards have taken quite a big dip and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, but I mean, like it, look at other previous players that got caught with steroids usage or whatever. To kind of, I would say, compare. If you already have cards, I would say hold. It's not a time to sell.
But see, the thing is that that's a crazy ass story. You know why? Because they don't pop you off the first one; they pop you off the third one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the story for everybody outside. Then you go.
That's after a couple of times.
Yeah, like you could get popped for marijuana the first time. They don't say shit. The second time they're like, huh. And then they fucking make sure to do runs again, freaking test you. And then that third time, that's when they actually bring it up. Like, hey, you've been.
So you notice the NFL they went ahead and let you. They took weed off their list of bannable substances because
they're spending too many people.
Well, no, everybody smokes weed. Like they know.
Right.
Well,
it's either you take the pills or you smoke weed. Like which one? We're gonna force you to take pills? Like no, I'm gonna let these dudes smoke.
Well, I mean, what they've also had
everybody
really good
smokes weed in the NFL. Trust me.
Yeah, they've had really positive results too from that because of all the head injuries and stuff like that. It prevents them from dying like at an early age too. Is
only person on the 49ers that didn't smoke weed was T.O. He didn't do shit but fucking work out. That's all he did and play video games. That's all we used to do was fucking he'd be in there playing video games all night long. I'd be like, motherfucker, with his playbook.
Lord Brooklyn says that asterisk is garbage. McGuire, Sosa, and Bonds were on top without him. No, well, they didn't do steroids. They did creatine, which is not a steroid, but it is an antibiotic, which does promote water into the muscles, makes the muscles bigger, and and it also does help recovery. Bonds never popped for steroids, but they try to tie him to that company, Balco.
He was a part of it. He just didn't need it. He didn't need it. Like,
Balco tried to say that he bought them, but they had receipts for everybody else, but didn't have receipts.
It was his trainer was buying them. They didn't. Right. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was his trainer, and his trainer never said shit.
You're hanging out with them people, they gonna blame you.
His trainer fell on the sword, like you know what I'm saying. It took time, everything. So he never broke twice. Even when he got out of jail, and they offered him fed time. He was nope.
When Barry Bonds was like
comment already.
when Barry Bonds was like my size, and then all of a sudden I end up being like
he was still knocking him out the park.
I mean, there's got to be some sort of disconnect there, right? If I'm like. Yeah. Like if one day you see me like Ninth Wonder size, like it's kind of like, hey, what is that guy doing?
But you never skipped a beat. You just got better, right? Like I can't say that it was because of the steroids. Like I can't say that.
Yeah,
I seen that.
Wasn't it also HGH? Wasn't that the other problem? Was human growth?
It was the cream in the clear,
right? Because
so it was the stuff he would rub on his knees, and it was the stuff that would go on his joints. Okay, but if it was a topical steroid, then you're still getting a steroid. You're just not shooting up, right? Like it goes into technicalities. You know what I'm saying? And did he know he was taking them and all that? And who doesn't care? No one cares because everybody was on them. They're still doing them. Look at Alex Rodriguez. He did the same shit. Like, come on. Like,
Can you hit a 95-mile-an-hour baseball while roided? I don't know. I've never been
roided.
roided.
That's like, man, you're mad at everything.
This sounds like good content waiter to try at some point.
I mean, let's be honest. My 250-pound gorilla ass is now down to about 215.
Yeah,
nice.
All muscle.
Nice. Well, it's about to be Halloween, Thanksgiving, all the damn holidays. So we'll see how you can maintain that.
Well,
speaking of Halloween, speaking of Halloween, what do you guys think about the? Hey, so speaking of Halloween, what did you guys think about the special, the advertisement for the Halloween special?
Oh, the advertisement for the special, I love it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Werewolf by Night?
Yeah, Werewolf by Night, the man thing, all of that, man.
Yeah.
So can I do a one book spec matrix for you guys, since the spec matrix I wanted to do for tonight has a artist first that is driving me fucking nuts trying to chase down, so I don't want to spill the beans on it yet and have all y'all motherfuckers pop up and start posting on IG the artist first that I don't have yet. So Man Thing has another version of him that I might have talked about before.
Yes,
but I got to give credit to my buddy Sith Lordley of the Spine Ticks, because he's the one who really was like, hey, man, I like this book. And then when I looked, I was like, yo, Sith, check out this second print. Weapon Plus World War IV Manslaughter.
Okay.
Number 1.
Nice.
Okay. I'm not saying it's a possibility, but it is a possibility. If Man Thing is there and he is like the gateway, right? If they want any kind of use of that character and they want a mutant tie-in, his ties to Weapon Plus also include ties to Captain America, Wolverine, Deadpool, all the Weapon X program people, of course. So it's one of those interesting books. And it has 3 covers. It has an A cover and a B cover, and then the second print. And then on the second print, it actually says Manslaughter on the cover. So I like that one the most.
I will go opposite of you, and I will talk about the first. I forget the name, the first appearance, but how about Boy Thing? Yeah, Boy Thing, right?
That's
and the reason why I would go with that is because when he first started out, he started off with Blade. Remember that? So if you got Blade coming, you get a situation with this whole Werewolf by Night thing, and then you get to bring in a Boy Thing at some point. So I forget which. Once again, I forget what. I think it was like maybe like because they were in like the Avengers books or something like that in the beginning, but I forget what the first appearance of that was. But that's what they are. And I will say, you can let's see.
Savage Tales, you got it.
Yes.
Oh, you got it, don't you?
Yes, I do. So I'm sorry that I can't freaking get the thing. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and of course, you guys know where I got this from, right?
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
That's always the best one.
What did you get it for, like $10?
No, that one was 25. And once again, it was in a bulk of books, right? And what they do is, they put out like a whole crap load of books, and then they lay them on top of each other. So the only thing I was able to see like the corner, like the top corner, and then the other books you could just see the price tags. So you know how like Marvel used to be the price tag. So you gotta guess what book you're buying by the look of the price tag and the color and all that other stuff, right?
Well, I love when I go to the shops that do that too, like when they're having a sale and then they stack books on top of each other, and then they're having like, whatever percentage off for their wall books, and then you can pick out the book that you're looking for by being like, oh, let me see that, whatever book, and they're like, crap, wait, this person found it, by just like noticing like a corner. So
What else did you guys think about the whole D23 announcement? There was a whole bunch of stuff that didn't get announced, and I know people are kind of pissed.
Oh no, everybody was holding up their Fantastic Four flags and like sitting in the audience rooting, and then nothing happened. And then even me, I was like, "Hey man, what are they saving like this announcement like for like Sunday? Like, did they like fake everybody out and just say, haha, just kidding? I know we told you everything on Saturday, but this is really no." But the director was there, so that's one more reason to think that they probably would have had something for Fantastic Four for D23 had they not had trouble. Because remember, they've lost 2 directors on this movie, as far as I'm aware.
I thought during D23 they officially announced who the director for Fantastic
their
Four.
new one, correct?
Right, the WandaVision.
They've had multiple people associated to this project, I think, that have already fallen off and caused delays. Because I saw that F4 logo so long ago that we knew there was a movie coming, and that was supposed to be like the end of Phase 4. But here we are in Phase 5, and that movie's still not made.
Yeah.
They need to just do a TV series of Fantastic Four.
I'm just not really here for the Fantastic Four right now. I'm like, I don't care who's on the cast. I just want to see Doctor Doom. I'm not really Fantastic Four.
So
I just want to hear that throwback line, like from the cartoon thing. Do your thing.
So I don't know. So
it's Cobra time.
So I don't know if you guys, because we have our own little Instagram chat. I don't know if you were able to see the snaps or whatever that I sent you guys. Did you see the guy in the hood with the metal mask in Werewolf by Night trailer?
I think I missed that.
Yeah, from what you can make out in some of those pictures, like, look, let's be honest, they were like, give them nothing, but give them everything at the same time. So that whoever clipped that short, man, was like, ha,
yeah,
that's what I mean.
Right. So here's what I saw. And I saw Varney, which is the god of the vampires. Right. I sent that to you guys. A Doom. Right, I don't know if it's the Victor Von Doom, right? Because there's actually 2 Dooms that's out there. There's one that was associated with the whole Black Panther deal, the Fantastic Four deal. That Doom was actually Sue Storm's mother, right? And that would kind of leak into what's going on with. Yes, I know, right? Who did I also? Oh yeah, so there's also a scene in there on the Werewolf by Night trailer where there's where they're fighting in a room, right? If you slow it down very slowly, there's all types of writing and shit on the freaking wall, and it's very quick, right? So on one piece of the wall, they've got vampires and werewolves and shit, and then on the other wall, they've got zombies, mummies, and all this other stuff. And the Latin that's on the wall alludes to, if you do this, the gods will rise. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, or what the fuck they're talking about, but that's what it is. But it once again, so from what I saw on the wall, it definitely alludes to they're not just doing, hey, vampires, hey, we're not just doing werewolves. It's like they're trying to bring out all the monsters out at some point, and this is what's going to lead up to it.
Monsters Unleashed.
Let's see. Nothing wrong. Ultra, are you okay? You're going to be able to pitch the ninth? What?
No, man, my arm's been fucked since that jackass totaled my car last year, remember?
Yeah, man. How's your family doing? They doing all right, man?
They're good. Son's great. Wife's okay.
Hey,
well,
real quick. Sharks, y'all should be ashamed. Y'all done already went to eBay and bought that damn book out.
Which book?
What book?
That Man Thing book.
Manslaughter book?
Yes.
What?
That was fast. That was like what, 5 minutes ago, maybe?
I didn't even show slides. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny.
It's only a few copies available. That's like overseas, UK, Australia,
and it's not a heavily ordered book either. Please, Sharks, go and dig out the copies and restock eBay tomorrow.
You get it for $1. You can get them for $1 or $2.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
So, I guess my question to the panel is: for D23, were people expecting like a Disney Shima again? You know, to take the phrase.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they were. I mean, every year D23, like, wasn't it like a couple years ago they skipped SDCC and they went to D23 with like everything? Wasn't it like, I think it was 21. I think it was actually last year.
Or was it 20?
Might have. I can't remember now, man. They all blend together.
Yeah, those years blend together. I get that.
But I do know that like D23 is usually where they were dropping everything related to their Disney Plus stuff. So when they announced all the Disney Plus shows, that was the original Disney Shima, is because they laid out Phase 4 and was like, "Yo, you getting TV series after TV series after TV series," and everybody's like, "There's no way that all this goes down." And of course, like Ms. Marvel was on that original schedule, but she was like, it was like way earlier she was supposed to be out. So I remember that hitting and everybody going ham, and the spec, Mephisto spec started.
Well, I want to say, wasn't it the year that Marvel 1000, that D23 book came out?
Yeah, Wilbert in the chat saying 2019.
Yeah, because I want to say it was the same year that book dropped, and then I guess it would kind of make sense because 2020 San Diego Comic-Con got canceled, or was at that at-home con or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then 21, what happened? Did it actually happen in 21? Or it was that winter one, right? Or Thanksgiving one or whatever. So I guess it kind of would make sense.
So up to down 7 is saying the World War IV second print thing is so hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. I have one. I like having one.
One is the loneliest number. All right. Let's see. Where we at? Here we go. So, after weeks and weeks of telling everybody that the economy was back on the mend, we have another bloody week, right? It wasn't nothing that necessarily precipitated it. It was just like, boom, it happened. Now there are a couple of things that are supposed to be happening this week, right? There's supposed to be the Dow Jones futures is supposed to come out on Monday, right? So we're starting to get some of those prices and everything, which will give us a better idea of the CPI going forward, blah, blah. But the interesting thing is, who's going off? So Netflix actually did well, but Disney did badly. And that's interesting because, they just came off of D23. Everybody's excited. No, I wasn't excited about anything. But the other interesting thing was Ethereum, which is announced that they're going to do a merger.
Yeah.
I thought that already happened, right?
It's either it's in the process. They're doing all the bylaws. I think the stuff over went through.
I got news on this, and I don't think anybody caught this because you have to be like hardcore into Bitcoin in order to catch this. Ethereum is no longer miner based backing. It is now stake based.
Right.
And that happened like 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay.
Once that happened, all the people who have the stake are going to be the ones who are able to, I guess, break down Ethereum as it evolves. And basically, kind of like remember how Bitcoin was very, very cheap when it first came out, and it's not anymore. Bitcoin, I think, is a finite source, but Ethereum has the ability to be infinite. Am I correct on that? I'm an idiot when it comes to some of these Bitcoins. I do okay, but yeah, I'm not a financial advisor.
Right. I mean, yeah, because I knew Bitcoin was like, it had a finite amount to it, and then that's why everyone.
Right, but you could, but digitally you could break it down like each coin as much as you want.
Oh yeah, Satoshi is the next. Let's just say this: if Bitcoin does become the world currency standard, and it does have to break down into Satoshis will be a fraction of an actual Bitcoin, and they'll be, And then if a Satoshi becomes so valuable, they'll break that down into something else, and then they'll break whatever they want to name the piece beyond that. So it's like quantum. Yeah, a Satoshi. That's right, Hartman. So it's like they can make it be whatever they want. A Bitcoin will still be worth this much, but a Bitcoin will contain X number of Satoshis versus X number or whatever they want to break it down to, and it'll just be like currency down the chain again.
Right.
Starting next year, I think I can take some of my salary in Ethereum or Bitcoin.
I hear Ethereum 2 is the one that is actually going to be like the better developed version. Like
they're saying what they told us is they're reviewing it to see if it's in the best interest of both parties, both sides. You know what I mean? Like, you can lose your shit.
There's the man. There's the man.
What up,
There's the
McClay?
man. And the reason why I'm glad you're here is because we're talking about Bitcoin, or we're talking about Ethereum, right? And the news from this week is that Ethereum is no longer going to be mine based. They're switching to another one. And the reason why that's big news is because NVIDIA, which makes all those semiconductors, they had a bump when everybody was buying all those chips so they could specifically mine all that stuff. So now they're saying, well, now that Ethereum is no longer mine based, people are not going to need as many semiconductors as before.
What do you guys think? Is that good or bad?
Could be either or.
Yeah, it all depends on what side you're on. If you're on the I'm using semiconductors and I'm in the semiconductor, that's bad for you, right? But if you need semiconductors, like physical semiconductors, that's good for you because those prices should go down. We think. But
I think they'll stay where they're at, especially if people are buying it. They don't have to go down.
Yeah,
you just make more.
McClay's like, that's redder than my eyes right now.
Jesus.
I mean, it looks a little bit better if you put on certain polarized sunglasses, because then everything just looks red.
Right. But look specifically right there in the middle at the healthcare. Johnson & Johnson back up, ABBV, or Mercado, those healthcare joints, ones that have the shots, everything, all of a sudden they're back up. All of a sudden, that's kind of scary.
Well, how far did they go down after they had that initial spike?
Oh, they went down. Yeah, they went down as soon as everybody started going back to work. They went down a little bit.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
back to what people were originally buying into it, or just kind of dipped a little bit from their skyrocketed price.
Yeah, they went down a bit. But the reason why they might be going back up is because the government has said that they will stop buying or stop providing free vaccinations, which means people are going to have to buy it out of their pocket or use your health insurer to help pay for it.
Yeah.
Which means no more caps on how much they can charge for it.
No, I got you.
Or, I mean, it's not going to affect you. Your insurance rate's just going to keep going up because they're going to have to charge you to get one every year or whatever.
Yeah.
Or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but underneath all this, the thing to keep an eye out for is companies like TSMC. Those are the ones, the Taiwan semiconductor company. Those are the ones that really build. Those are the ones that actually build it, the semiconductors. They provide those chips to Intel and to Apple and they all buy their shit from TSMC. Those are the ones to keep an eye on. NVIDIA, they have a factory, but they pair up with TSMC anyways. I'm just kind of surprised that
my wife's homegirl best friend works at NVIDIA. She's been there for damn near since they started, over 30 years.
Yeah, NVIDIA and Intel and Qualcomm, they're not going anywhere. They're about to get a bunch of money from the government to provide that.
That's just literally a mile from my house. I can walk to their shit.
All right. Did anybody see She-Hulk this week?
Yes.
Yep.
What did you guys think about it? Did you guys catch the little trailer at the at the end of it where they had the shoe stuff.
The
Yep.
teaser, the helmet at the end.
Well,
Yes,
no,
that was
there's
another
an
piece.
actual spot with him. I think his name is Pug. The lawyer who showed Jen where the best bathroom to poop is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
from the law firm with all the drip connect. Well, right there. He's basically in his sneaker room showing the thirst trap doctor everything that he's got. There's a Deadpool shoe, a Thing shoe, a Cyclops shoe, a Hulk shoe, obviously, Captain Marvel shoes, like a whole bunch of different heroes' shoes.
Oh, I see the Cyclops shoes.
What's that?
Cyclops shoes.
Yeah, Cyclops shoes. The ones right in front of the girl. You can see the visor going across the front of them. Yellow with the ruby quartz.
Yep.
So there's like a lot of nods in here. I mean, he's holding Iron Man shoes, and I guess that's pretty cool, right? But the Deadpool shoes on the shelf are
Right.
probably
Yeah.
cooler.
I hope they start making custom shoes like this. So someone hits
No,
extra
please.
dramas.
No.
They already tried with the Miles Morales shoe that's out there.
Yeah, the Mike Mayhew variants that everybody hated.
No, I meant like actual shoes, like
Real
someone
shoes.
like
Yeah,
actual like make custom shoes like this. So he
It'll be
doesn't
like
extra
some
dramas.
Tigers or something.
You know, Yeezy gonna do it. Not you, the real Yeezy.
Yeah. I had my Instagram first before he decided to change his name and steal my
That's
last
fine.
name.
Well, here's a question: that one shoe. So, all right, if you go to the middle, I don't know if you can see my mouse pointer. That looks like it's with the red thing. Is that like a nod to Jack of Hearts, or is that like a Star Wars thing, or is that somebody else?
I can't tell if that's a club symbol on there. Then it's Jack of Hearts because that's definitely his colors.
Okay,
The H is definitely Hawkeye.
okay. I was wondering. Yeah, maybe Kate Bishop because it's pink.
Yeah.
You know, so was he. He had pink on his suit
Does he?
originally.
Yeah. But not well, yeah. It's a Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It's a Hawkeye. See the
But now I'm
thing.
thinking because this shoe right here looks almost like this one over here as well, but I don't know what logo that is.
That looks like that's Falcon, right? No?
No, Falcon might be this one right here, this red one right here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a really cool Easter egg nonetheless. And the fact that it shows mutant shoes in his collection
Spider-Man.
should give everybody a little bit more hope. Oh, that's
Spider-Man.
Cable. Yeah, that's a good one. That is Cable right there. Good call, Dr. Lovebox. So, I mean, we all know the Marvel characters that are in the Marvel universe, right? The thing that everybody's always constantly fighting over on the internet, which is hilarious, is whether or not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon. And look, yes, it's canon for whatever universe they live in. But in this universe, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't exist. Phil Coulson died when Loki stabbed him in the fucking heart. And that's it for Phil Coulson. They're not reviving him. Okay? No Tahiti Project. No, the Cavalry. We will be lucky if we get Daisy Johnson in the MCU. And if we do get her, that will satisfy a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s fans' requirements.
Hold on. So you saying the Phil Coulson from the MCU and the Phil Coulson from S.H.I.E.L.D. are two different people?
Well,
Two different universes?
What Marvel is trying to do, yeah. Like in their universe, they had a Captain America who had a Civil War, but shit went down a little bit differently in that universe where Phil Coulson was brought back. Not in this universe. Phil Coulson is dead. Like he's been dead since Avengers, because what Kevin Feige is basically saying is that yes, everybody that you've seen before in any kind of Marvel anything, it is one of the universes in the multiverse. It's the reason why the Shitty Inhuman show still had Anson Mount come back for Multiverse of Madness, because that version of Black Bolt that we saw for a TV show with a 1950s budget style, it wasn't for everybody, but it was definitely for Bob Iger. So
that shit was like Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, but the old 5-0, not the new 5-0.
No, well, like a mix, like the new. like a mix. It was just
So
I was
it's
like
the
Brady
same
Bunch in
why
Hawaii.
I even made a joke on my Twitter. I said, "Stiltman Spec is dead," and the reason why I
I
said
feel
that,
like if they could try to say, "Oh yeah, that Shield was in a different universe," but then at that point they would just be saying Shield was in a different universe because they showed a lot of characters in that show and they did a lot of stuff that doesn't insinuate, at least up until a certain point,
yeah,
before they got rid of the Shield show, that it was in a different, that it's in a different universe. And that's the thing I hate is when they take politics from outside of what's going on in the movies and make that impact the movies. Like, oh well, we really didn't like that Agents Shields show, or Bob Iger wanted that show and Kevin Feige didn't, or Bob Iger wanted this in that show and Kevin Feige didn't, or they couldn't so let's just act like this whole thing didn't exist.
well, it's
Like,
not that it doesn't exist. It's just that again, the Agents of Shield show was good for fans of the show.
hold on, didn't the Agents of Shield show up in one of the Marvel movies in the Shield helicarrier?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the Shield doesn't exist in the MCU. I'm saying the TV show experience that we got, the story with a revived Phil Coulson, may not exist in Kevin Feige's MCU.
I see what you're saying.
And
that era
we got
right
here. But we have Shield in the Agents of Shield universe. They get similar experiences. Obviously, Sif comes and visits them. They get Ghost Rider. MCU ain't got no fucking Ghost Rider. Okay, that's like where the Agents of Shield universe got the one up on the MCU, and it's like Feige now is basically saying, look, Stiltman did not work for Kingpin and did not make Matt Murdock his suit, but this new dude, the Drip Master, he's making everybody shit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's the reason why we got. Lucas, do you have the slide showing the spoiler?
Yeah.
No, I do not. No.
Okay.
I'm not spoiling that. No.
So
we're not gonna spoil it.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just
it's been over 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
All right, so
spoilers.
They showed the Daredevil helmet. So the Drip Master, who's making She-Hulk all her extra stretchy spandex suits and shit, is making Daredevil his costume, but he's trying to do it anonymously. He wants anonymity for his clients. He's that kind of guy, which is the reason why it was like.
Hey, somebody is echoing bad.
I hear it too. But it's like that. That's the elaborate setup that they put in place. Is that he deals with his clients very specifically, almost on a one-on-one basis. Obviously, if you come with your friends, your friends are going to know your secret identity and shit. But that was like the whole reason for this episode was to introduce him as somebody who's making suits that are above average resistance to bullets and shit for all sorts of people. And the sick yellow helmet is what we got to see at the end of this episode.
Right.
So
people are saying this wasn't Daredevil's helmet. Just don't forget that one of Daredevil's costumes, his helmet was yellow.
Okay. To me, that looked like Daredevil's helmet more than Hellcat's cat stuff. But, we could be wrong. But no, I know we're not wrong because we've already seen Daredevil pop up in the previews with the yellow.
Yeah, it could be just a prototype, and he's had a yellow prototype, and then he gets the one he normally has.
Yeah. In the series, did they ever explain where he got his drip? I don't remember.
In the Netflix series?
Yeah,
that's why I said Stiltman Spec is dead, because Stiltman was the guy who Kingpin had locked up in that little closet with his girlfriend, threatened, and he had to make Kingpin all them fucking bullet resistant, night resistant suits.
Yeah, that's right. That was Stiltman who made all the shit.
It was Stiltman, and that's why again I made the joke on my Twitter. Stiltman Spec is dead. Full circle.
It's circle of life. All right. That's not good. It's so depressing. All right. What about DC shit and DC fandom that their version of D23 is officially freaking dead. Mm-hmm. The rumor right now is that Warner Brothers and Discovery, they are pre-positioning themselves to eventually be bought out by another company. Right now, the forefront company that has the money to do it might be like NBC Universal, which right now owns Peacock. But Peacock, it's got good sports, live sports, but it doesn't really have anything else.
I mean, other than Batman Spawn, is anybody looking forward to anything? Ninth Wonder's on a DC hiatus. He's not talking.
Black Adam. I mean, I'm looking forward to Black Adam and seeing what they can do with that.
So I got bad news and good news for DC that Lucas might not have.
What's that?
You got any Constantine news? I'm sorry, Constantine.
No, I mean I've heard about the twins that they're coming to new series.
Oh, okay. So let me break these people off. I've shared with a couple of my friends what's going on with this. So the bad news first: HBO canned the Constantine series. Shit canned, done, canned, gone. Bye bye. The good news: Keanu Reeves has signed on to do a sequel. And even though people don't like that version of Constantine as much, I thought it was a good movie. And that was a movie that was like, Keanu's a good dude and he's a good actor. Even though people hate his acting in that movie, I was like, I still liked it, man. So Keanu doing Constantine 2? Better than the TV series? What say you, everybody?
If it's a TV series, I say, why the fuck not? I don't want a movie anymore. I'm done. I mean,
nope, it's exact opposite of that. They shit can TV series and
they're not going to use Matt Ryan at all anymore.
TV is not happening at all anymore.
All right, so Matt Ryan is officially done as Constantine altogether now.
I mean, I'm just saying what Warner Brothers Discovery has currently done with the current setup. They shit canned the project today.
Wasn't he supposed to be part of like the other projects too? With like there was word he was supposed to show up in the Zatanna stuff, and they were going to hire him to show up and bit parts for some of the other Justice League Dark stuff that they had planned.
Man, I mean, I'm sure HBO was probably trying a lot of that stuff, but because it's an HBO TV series, HBO put the ixnay brakes on that shit. So,
yeah, I would love to see a Justice League Dark live action. That would be pretty good.
And that would be pretty cool too. And what if they bring back fucking Keanu Reeves as the mainstream DCU fucking Constantine?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, why not?
McClay's like, no. McClay does not
that
want
dude
that.
was perfect, bro. That guy was perfect.
Yeah. Comic book accurate is what McClay's talking about.
Yes, comic book accurate, like to a T.
Yeah.
Like so perfect. Like when we talk about Kevin Feige being so great at casting and picking the right people to play the parts, like that was perfect Constantine casting. So whoever did that, they need to be Matt Ryan or whatever the guy's name was.
Okay, so I knew I wasn't tripping. In fucking Age of Ultron, they had the fucking shield helicarrier in there, and Phil Coulson was on that fucking helicarrier.
Yeah.
So now Marvel go try to tell us that fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't exist in the MCU, and that's not the same timeline.
Yes. So here's what people are once again what people are missing. All right, so you got your Avengers. They went to back in time, right, to do their thing, right, and they came back. They did not come back to the same universe.
You saying after the first Avengers, they didn't come back to the same universe?
He's saying in Endgame they fucked up everything.
Yeah. They didn't. Yeah, every time you go back in time or go to a different universe, you misplace the people that you were coming back. You can't.
Yes,
there's no
what I'm saying. All of that is irrelevant because Age of Ultron was before Endgame. So don't look at it from a storyline perspective. Look at it from why they are trying to minimize Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they're saying, oh, it's a completely different universe. Well, you can say that now. You can say, oh, it's a completely different universe, but you really can't, because when you put them in Age of Ultron, that was before Endgame. That was before you, because I think
you got to remember Knives, you got to remember what happened in Ages of Shield that made everybody freaking forget about it is that they tried to elevate the Inhumans during Ages of Shield, and then they gave the Inhumans their own little freaking series, and it was absolutely freaking terrible. People forget that they were like, oh yeah, MCU is great, but yeah, that shit was fucking
Yeah, but
terrible.
that wasn't like till season 6 or 7. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand what they're trying to do, but they insult our intelligence by doing it because clearly we know from season 1 of Agents of Shield all the way up to season 6, 1 through 5, they were in the same universe. Now, for you to go back and try to retroactively say, "Oh, they weren't in the same universe," just
They
because
are like 4 universes away. Okay, we're in the 616. They're over in the 612.
no, Agents of Shield is in the 616. It's no denying that.
Well, I
at
know
this
there
point.
was an Agents of Shield in the 616, but Phil Coulson was already killed by Loki.
Yes, but Phil Coulson was in Age of Ultron.
No, he
After
was
he
not
got
in
brought
Age of
back.
Ultron.
Yes, when they had the Shield helicarriers in Age of Ultron, when Sokovia was fucking being fucking pulled from Earth like a tooth, Phil Coulson was on that helicarrier.
I do not recall seeing him in that second movie at all.
Yes, go back and watch Age of Ultron. The only thing about it was he didn't have an interaction with Cap in Age of Ultron, and everybody was bitching and complaining about that.
No, man, nobody was bitching and complaining about Phil Coulson at all because he was dead. Like, seriously, I don't.
Go back
When was
and
the
watch
last time you watched Age of Ultron,
Go
man?
back
Because
and
he
watch
was
the movie.
nowhere near any of the Shield agents, evac, and anybody that I ever remembered. Because if I would have seen that shit, I would have been like instantly. Because Phil Coulson was like one of the best characters I thought. Battle Scars, man, I love that story, showing how Nick Fury, the Nick Fury of the 616 MCU at least, came about, and everybody sleeps on that book too. Battle Scars miniseries, issues 1, where he introduces
stuff's undervalued.
Cheese, and then issue 6, he's Philip Cheese Coulson.
Yeah, but overall, the point is that I don't like when they let real world contracts, all of that stuff, don't minimize the product just because contractually, financially, you don't like.
That's not why it went down, man.
You make a bad product and you try to minimize it by wiping it out of existence. I don't like that. You got to stand on
it
your
went
law.
down because of the writing going on and all these other Disney Plus TV series. That's why. So they wrote themselves into that position where Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can't exist in the same MCU that we have now.
Yeah, and that's just lame to me. That's just bad. Like, if they saying they playing this stuff 10 years out ahead, man, I don't know, man. It's just,
bro, I'm telling you, I know you and I both. You love the show. You love everything Haley Atwell did for the Carter character and her show, and it just sucks because those two shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, don't get any fucking love.
man, especially Agent Carter. That pissed me off. That show should get way more love.
Our show should have went 5-6 seasons easy.
Yeah,
You know who's a character that doesn't get any love is that the character that Colby Smulders plays in
Agent Hill?
Maria Hill?
Yeah, I don't think she gets enough love that she should get, man.
Wow.
She's great as that in that
Did you
role.
see Secret Invasion trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more of her.
I know. That's what I'm
She's
saying.
pissed off at Fury, though. Apparently, she's been calling for years, and he's been like, send a voicemail.
Yeah, I saw that. That was excellent, man. That was very interesting.
Text red.
This is
always text before you call.
Yep.
It's just common protocol nowadays.
I never have my phone on me, man. Like, people go like, yo, man, I'm like, I'm in front of my computer, I'm working. Like, that's where you're gonna catch me and message me. But if you expect me to answer the phone, you're making me get up and go across the fucking room. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? I want no parts of that. Let that shit charge.
K405 is asking, what about Thunderbolts? What a mess.
Oh man, they included the Taskmaster from Black Widow.
Well, we're not sure about that yet.
Oh. Mr. Masters, I don't think exists in this universe either.
They could have some weird play on it, man.
Yeah, where's Zemo?
What about a scroll?
Now, see, that's gonna be the next shit they gonna do. Every time they want to bring somebody back, oh, that one y'all saw that was just a scroll.
Yep, Tony Stark's going to be a Skrull.
That's gonna be the bullshit they gonna do next.
Wouldn't that be some shit if Tony Stark that died was a Skrull, and then the real Tony Stark's been on the Shield space station for years?
No, I don't think he'll be on the space station. I think he'll just be in the somewhere on Earth secluded.
I would rather have Phil Coulson get revived in the 616.
If Tony Stark comes back in any way, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Even if he comes back as Tom Cruise, Superior Iron Man?
The only way he could come back, in my opinion, is the AI play. Other than that, everything else will just it'll make me hate the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just like I hate deaths in comics, because then they just don't matter anymore at all.
So be careful, because the current Tony Stark that we're looking at right now in the comics, that's an AI Tony Stark. It's an AI Tony Stark infused to a weird body that he had built or some shit like that. People will sleep on that shit. It's weird. And they try to bring up his brother, like Arnold Stark, and his parents and all this other shit. It's weird. Just like the Black Panther that we're dealing with right now, that's not the real Black Panther. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Who did you say that Black Panther was again?
It was just some random Negro that woke up one day and
took the crown because he was
okay, go on.
What? Yeah, they
T'Challa's in space. He's got no memory and he's a slave in the galactic world of Wakanda. And
in the intergalactic empire.
And his brother and his cousin, who's a descendant of Killmonger, who has a symbiote, and he's ruling everything, but he knows T'Challa is the right king, but he don't want to like let him know. He knows, so he's just kind of like trying to kill him off.
That's so stupid.
Oh my!
And that was years ago. That's
the Galactic Empire
the fucking
with the cool second
that's
print.
That's the one.
That's the Ta-Nehisi Coates run.
Yeah.
Black
Panther.
It's the same dude. They haven't switched him out.
That's been the story
in the new Wakanda book that's getting ready to come out. I think it may be come this month or next month. In issue 2, they're gonna put M'Baku over the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, and I don't know if y'all been watching the previews, but T'Challa been getting into it with the Avengers and all this other stuff. So I think M'Baku is about to find out that that's not the real
M'Baku in the intergalactic way. M'Baku's like descendant is the dude to be looking out for T'Challa, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like his right hand man. He ends up being like the one that gets him.
So wait, because I took a little bit of a hiatus here. Are you telling me that break that they took between Black Panther 22 and 23, where they finally came back and ended that series?
No. That was
T'Challa is not the right one.
No, he's in space. He's been in space. They're hiding him. Like, they know he's there. Only some people know he's there. Everybody don't know he's there because he don't have a memory.
I thought they got him back. I thought they switched him back, man. Nope.
No, they didn't switch him
back. He's out there. Like, they don't even know where he's at.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? So you're following him, and he was working like in a mine. You know what I'm saying? Like on some other planet. Like, he don't know Storm, like none of that shit. You don't even know about Wakanda. It's like it's like a thought in his mind. He keeps remembering something, he can't like quite put where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't think they ain't about to make Toast and Panther for a long time, if ever.
Oh no, no. That's why I'm saying, like, you guys still go through this whole run, and that's where you need the symbiotes, because that's like a huge part of this whole story is the fact that he has that, and that symbiote ends up taking the spirit from that. What's that big the god, the cat, that giant
Bast. Yeah.
Takes the whole, spoiler alert, takes all of her soul, into the symbiote. You know what I'm saying? So he has that in his symbiote as well. So he's like unstoppable at this point. But it's the suit, the symbiote is too much for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a good
that's
story, though.
Buddy
It's
about
pretty-
to have a breakdown. A couple
Yeah. That's what the whole storyline is. Him. It's like Peter Parker. He's trying to. He wants to be a regular king without the symbiote. The symbiote, giving him all the power, so he can't split from it. But he ain't supposed to be king no way, so it don't matter. But yeah, go read that shit. That's why I say I like that run, but it's just not what you're seeing on the MCU. Not even close.
Yeah, I just didn't like the fact that they was always sending Negroes out into space and shit.
No, but
for no reason.
that was the whole point. It was like, as a nation, they're sending people out there to explore, to stake their, like you that's like the United States. Everybody exploring space. They just kind of their tech let them go further than everybody, and they were, colonizing.
No. They didn't send the whole nation. It was
they only sent a few, but you know what I mean. It was like Star Trek.
Yeah, those that Galactic Empire, they were like already out there. They were from like another planet, and they were already out there. And what happened was all the vibranium and the heart-shaped flower that was in Wakanda.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They weren't mining vibranium; they're mining something else. It was something else.
Right. So T'Challa and Manifold, they went out there to try and find some. They ended up on the Galactic planet.
Right, that's right. And
Manifold and Black Panther got separated.
Yeah,
Manifold.
He's on the other side. He's on the other side that they're fighting against. Like he's on the other side.
Yeah. Black Panther. Like the Black Panther and Manifold get separated, and then all of a sudden we just pick up with the Galactic Empire.
Right.
With the T'Challa that we got right now. He didn't even call himself T'Challa. He was just some.
He has a totally different name. He has a different name.
Right.
That's why I'm saying if he comes back, he's not going to be T'Challa. Like it's going to be somebody different.
Yeah.
But
weird shit. Oh man, freaking!
They're mining acetate.
Acetate.
Yo.
This is raw.
They're gonna run out of vibranium and everybody go to Wakanda trying to take it.
How about some quick FOC for DC only? One bad day for Penguin. Just remember that. Just stay on your retailers about this one, because you got to remember that I think there's about 3 more that they got to get in order to get that one special one. They've got to get 25 of each of these One Bad Day Penguins in order to get that one. That's in 2023.
Do they need to buy 25 of the second print too?
I don't know.
The Riddler.
Hello, that they got to buy 25 of each one of these to get the Jim Lee.
No, it's not even a Jim Lee, or is it?
No, So what he's talking about is there's the Riddler just passed. This one's the Penguin, and they're doing I think 2 or 3 more villains, right?
I think there's 3 more villains.
3 more villains. Everyone gets one bad day. So Batman dies 5 different times, one bad day each time. And if you order 25 of each of those, what's the incentive book?
I'm looking right now.
Because it
doesn't come out till like 20. Yeah, it doesn't come out till like 2023. Is what I know. But
so if you get all right, so if you stay consistent with your orders, at least 25 of each one, you will get this special book at the end.
Yes.
Yeah. Total marketing.
Nobody doing this.
So we're talking about 25 of the Riddler, 25 of each cover, right? Yeah, Two-Face, Penguin, Catwoman.
So how fast?
Maybe like a 1 in 500 or something. You're getting a 1 in 500 at the end. Or something.
Nope. Well,
really?
It's not a 1 in 500. It's like either you bought the books and you qualify, or you didn't.
Oh, that's bullshit.
There's no
crazy
catch-up
qualifier. So like the last time I remember something like this going down was when I actually one of the books Dinesh actually sent me personally way before I was doing podcasting and stuff was the Tales of the Geomancer. So the only way you can get that is you had to buy 25 copies of Valiant's Book of Death #1. And then as an incentive, they gave you Tales of the Geomancer #1. So it's kind of similar to that. You have to qualify for a different comic in order to get, but you do it by ordering enough of this book.
I think you could do it, but I just want to know what it is you're getting at the end.
Yeah.
Because that C cover of Penguin's pretty sick with the wicker chair. I'd get it just for the wicker chair.
I just want to know when that special variant at the end ends up in Walmart packs.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, they're all.
Wait. Did anybody catch
What's the-
what Remo just said?
No, they didn't catch it.
Are you collecting wicker chairs, bro?
Hell yeah! I can show you a picture right now. Me in a wicker chair.
I love this.
McClay's like, I got some wicker chairs, bro. What's up?
I love wicker chairs, man. I was raised on the wicker chairs.
How many other wicker chair variants are there?
I've never seen one. That's why I'm saying I'd buy it. Oh, well, there's a Black Panther.
Well, that's the Bolin, so it looks like it's going to be the super high. I think it's the 100 copy incentive. Don't you figure?
That's what I'm saying, though. If you got to buy 100 copies of each villain, then they should give you like at least a 1 in 500 at the end.
Well, they did have some high ratios, and yeah, like Hartman Card says, don't smoke them. It's a bad trip.
What, wicker chairs?
Yeah, don't smoke the wicker. It's definitely been treated with a lot of chemicals.
One of my favorite horror movies, The Wicker Man. Love it.
Wicker.
Oh, yeah, that shit was ill.
And then remember in Batman, King of the Wicker People was the joke that he said in the Michael Keaton Batman movie.
Don't
He walks
remember
to
that
the
one.
hall where Bruce Wayne's got all the statues and all the shit from his tours throughout the world, and he goes, "Oh, this guy was King of the Wicker People."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
See that damn fucking eidetic memory I have, remembering
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Remembering it all. I used to be able to do that. My memory's shot now. I
I
can't
always get
remember
this.
last week.
I always get distracted by the samurai outfit.
True that.
I'm too busy looking at Kim Basinger.
That's a good distraction.
Batman versus Robin, number 2.
Yeah, supposedly this is going to change the DC universe.
How crazy would it be? Actually, it would be kind of interesting. We got Batman constantly fighting Gibson's son. I think I'd be down for that.
Yo, why is Batman bitch in that bottom left?
Why is
First
he-
off, Damian Wayne ain't strong enough to punch a fucking bat windshield.
Right?
Second off, Batman wouldn't be turning his head like that, be like, "Oh no, oh my god."
It's a revenge for the slap, right? No, I'm
I just
kidding.
want to bring as whatever we can do to bring Damien back into the fold. I'm good with. So
I mean, yeah, I like Damian Wayne. I think he's a good Robin. I don't mind his Robin series so far. It was pretty good. But that one right there, I think it's Capullo with the knee to the face. That's the one.
I forget who it was, but somebody was making the comment that they don't like seeing dads and sons fight each other, and I thought to myself, that's a great fucking comment. Maybe I'm getting a little bit tired of this. We keep on seeing Batman versus Robin shit all the time, and I don't want to see that.
Well, I think Homelander versus Soldier Boy definitely elevated things.
Yeah, but that whole show elevated things.
That shit was awesome.
I think a more common theme that I hear mothers talk about is mothers against daughters. That's what I hear more, and maybe comics need to explore that.
And
even more
brothers
than-
hug. Brothers don't fight; they hug.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, these were.
I wouldn't know. I got beat up by my older sisters.
My brothers, we cool now, but my brother used to whoop my ass, man.
Black Adam Special Edition, number 1.
Looking
Oh,
more
no,
and more like
that
the Rock every time.
And that trailer's growing on me, man. I might want to see that shit.
Yeah, Dr. Fate looks to be the best part of that movie, but the CGI looked exactly like a Doctor Strange move.
I'm a little down. I'm down on Black Adam, man. I'm really down on Black Adam. I thought that the whole weird thing that happened at San Diego was and I'm a little down on The Rock. I don't know. I've just heard some things about The Rock that, like, if true, it makes me not like him as much anymore. And then
Really? What happened?
Yeah, I just been hearing weird things here and there. For example, one thing that I heard recently is that him and Logan Paul were really close at one point, And when that whole shit happened, where Logan Paul, had the fuck up in Tokyo, The Rock called him and said, "Take all of the social media that I'm on with you down off of your things."
Really?
Yeah, take it all down. It's like, you motherfucker. Like he was like Logan Paul looked at him as like a mentor and that type of stuff, and like a little bit of a father figure type thing, and he just threw him to the fucking wolves. And if that's true, man, I don't like shit like that.
Well, I can make you like Rock a little bit more and somebody else a little bit less if you'd like. Brett Favre got caught.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
Yeah,
But
everybody.
that doesn't mean I like
that.
the Rock a little bit more. I mean, it just means I hate him. I dislike them both.
Wait, what happened? What happened with Brett Favre?
Oh boy,
Stole a bunch of money.
Stole a bunch of
Yeah,
money.
that's been happening for the last 2 to 3 years. That story's been out.
Funneling money from a welfare fund.
Brett Favre and Ted DiBiase was
Yep.
$1 Million Man was down there stealing them,
Yeah, he was a
stealing
part
money
of that thing
from
too,
poor
right?
people, man.
I
Yeah,
agree
so-
with Shannon Sharp and everything Shannon Sharp said on that shit, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy situation. But I will say this, even though they, like Shannon Sharp made a good point, they stealing from the poorest of the poor, the disenfranchised. Man, a lot of these people that I'm not gonna say we look up to, because most of us, we grown. We're not really looking up to these guys, but we grew up with a lot of these celebrities and athletes and stuff, and we do expect them to be better than your average person just because they, you already got everything, bro. You done had fame, you done had money, et cetera, et cetera. I do feel like, though, to a certain extent, that we already kind of inherently know that the people high up do the most fucked up stuff.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, it don't make it okay. But what I'm saying is that none of it really surprises me. Like
Joe 44771 has a great fucking quote that I don't know if I believe it, but it's definitely something to think about.
It's true. They say never meet your heroes.
Yes.
And I disagree with that too, because I've met people who were my heroes and it was the fucking best. It was awesome.
Yeah,
But
I've also heard of people that have met their heroes.
Celebrities are trash people until proven
Yeah.
otherwise. In most cases, you're.
Yeah.
He's actually really right about that. Most celebrities are probably really shitty people.
Man, it's always like I say, man, I never like to say nothing good about nobody, or because they always come around and fucking make you regret that shit for the most part, man. But
I was like 22, 23, something like that, and it was Christmas night, and we had all done all of my buddies had all and we've all done our family shit, so we went out drinking at the bars and stuff, and we ended the night at a famous Denny's here in the valley on Camelback Road, and I pulled into that Denny's, and standing right in the middle of the parking lot, right as you pull in, to where he's like, you pull in and he's right there standing talking to a couple of people. So like my first instinct was to lay on the fucking horn, like, get the fuck out of the street. And I looked up and it was fucking Mike Tyson. And I'm honking at Mike Tyson, telling him to get the fuck out of the street. You know what I mean? And he turns, and the first thing I see is that tattoo. And I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, dude, this is not, like, I was a little worried. I get out of my car, and dude, he was fucking so nice. He was laughing with me, and I'm like, dude, I was kind of scared, to be honest. He's like, oh no.
So what you're saying is you didn't throw a bottle of water in his face and get your ass whooped on the plane.
And so we went inside, and we sat down, and we sat down at the table he was sitting at, and we asked the waitress, hey, was he a dick or did he tip you well? He tipped her like $500, and she said he was the nicest person in the world. And that's the type of shit that, like, I'm saying, most of the time when you meet your heroes, as long as you're not a dickhead to them and trying to ask them for autographs while they're eating, they're probably going to be cool people.
Nathan Fillion really hates that.
Word. Celebrities are trash people. Quickly, Dark Crisis Worlds without a Green Arrow, like that canary.
Connor Hawk, right? What's going on with him? Him and Damien are
the Robin books.
Yeah, him and Damien are big deals right now.
Yep.
I Am Batman, number 14. I don't know who that gentleman is on the right. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 16. I do like that one in the middle.
Looks like a young John Bernthal on the far right. Doesn't it?
It does though.
Hey, you
It
never
It
know,
looks like
man.
John
baby.
Bernthal if he was a goofy kid with no fucking facial hair.
Cannabis,
Whatsoever. Not
baby.
even stubble. Not even
Yeah.
a little 5 o'clock shadow. But yeah, I see it. I see it.
I like the Pog one. The Pog one's
yes.
kind of cool.
Yep, that one is
Yeah,
a 1 in
that's pretty-
20. That one's a 1 in 25.
I would pick a couple of those up just off a nostalgia spec play.
I didn't
And
know
if you
PSA
Pogs
creates
finally makes
Pogs.
their comeback.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Right.
PSA
And if
will
you notice
grade
that, yeah.
everything now.
I don't
if
want
you
to
know-
risk putting this thing back on the top 300.
If you notice, some of those pogs are empty.
Yeah.
No, they're upside down.
Yep.
Right. Or either they're upside down or they
empty.
could be empty.
Yeah.
Right. And DC is
Like the Lex Luthor.
notorious. Yeah, they're notorious for not letting what we see at FOC be the final art. So I don't know if there's going to be somebody else on these freaking pogs.
I guess
Ooh,
if this helps Pogs come back, I'm all for it.
Because and I say, well, see, it's weird, right? Because if you look at some of the ones that are backwards, they have DC on them. One has
Yeah.
DC, and the other one has the signature. So it's not like the blanks are necessarily going to be blanks.
Hey, did you guys see and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I see Aquaman there. Did you guys see the thing where Momoa shaved the sides of his head and got that badass fucking tattoo on there? Is that tattoo real?
Yes.
Dude, fucking respect for that,
Hawaiian
dude.
tribal. I mean, of course he was going to do it. It's a Hawaiian traditional tattoo.
It's
as far as I know.
freaking beautiful, man.
Everybody's like, "Oh my god, he shaved his head." I'm like, "Where? Oh, just the sides? Nah, that
Yeah.
ain't shit."
Yeah,
I
but
was
the
gonna
tattoo is some fucking that's some cool shit, man. It looks
Yeah.
really badass.
Looks
It'd be
more and
cool.
more like his Aquaman tats.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Pog comic, it'd be cool if they did leave that blank, because then you could get like a pretty nice remark done by someone.
I'm not sure if I made a joke talking more and more about how the Black Winter making its appearance into the DC universe continues to
Yeah.
ravage these covers, and it looks like Black
Symbiote cover.
Black Winter's got a hold of Flash finally.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck, and I don't know why that one. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks pretty good. But the one to the
His
right,
face
the
is
one
out
that's
on the ground though. Not a face over there, a mouth and two.
Yeah, it is a mouth.
You know, that's
High
tar
voltage,
monster,
Brian.
man.
Is when the monstrous molten melon is called the tar pit. So
First appearance.
See, I was right. It was Tar. That's awesome. But nobody cares about this. This is movie Flash.
Yeah, it's DC. Who cares?
No, I mean, it's the Ezra Flash.
I mean, that Flash, that
Criminal
cover's pretty
Flash?
sick on the right there. I wouldn't. It's not a bad cover. I like it.
talking about the one on the right. That one's the one in
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, that one's ill. Looks almost like a manga, like a mech.
I don't know. What do we think about Ezra Miller? Because they still haven't got rid of his ass.
What are you
Oh,
talking about?
he's seeking the assistance required by DC Studios, and they are working with him. He's shown up for every reshoot. Did you know that?
He knows somebody high up there, and they've been covering for him, and they finally were like, "Look, dude, you got to get your shit together, or else we're cutting off the bag."
Yeah, for real.
They're already cutting off the bag. They just got too much invested in the movie, so I guarantee he's not going to be in any more DC shit. That dude is
I think this is
donezo.
his last
They
hurrah.
better damn well change the actor in the last reshoot scene to Grant fucking Gustin. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that'd be cool.
I
Not going
think
to
that's
happen.
pushing for too much, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
God bless her heart.
Hartman. Oh my god.
I know. Yeah, right.
That's exactly what I could see happening too.
Right. Right. Yeah. So he's already started calling himself they, and her, and they, and everything.
Are you
so.
serious? I
Yeah,
mean, there's
he's
nothing wrong
been-
with it, but it's like,
yeah.
come on.
But so I guarantee you, what happened is when he went to talk to the executives, he presented himself as a her and a they, and then when you read the stories again, as if he's a female, and it's a totally different take than, hey, some fucking random fucking old ass dude rolled up on your freaking daughter, versus, hey, her girlfriend rolled up on her late at night, and then her parents freaked out. It's a totally different freaking take. It's not. I understand it. It's 2022, and not
I see
everybody in
what
that
you're saying.
2022.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's not everybody's not ready for that 2022 mindset.
Yeah.
But that I guarantee you, that's what him and his lawyers presented it as. And
Yeah. So it's
if
like
DC doesn't want none of that smoke. They don't want none of that.
Well, if you don't understand it, you can't really
yes,
rightfully
you can't do nothing
rule on it. Like it's like
as
out of
long
your
as,
jurisdiction.
yeah, as long as somebody was as the the victim never said, well, he touched me and like the Olympic doctor, gymnast,
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. They put him under the jail, bro.
Or you mean how when somebody else got accused, he came out and said that he's gay? Kevin Spacey. What?
It has nothing to. Yeah, he fucked up on that one. You lost your case. One has nothing to do with the other.
Wonder Woman 792. I like the one in the middle. That one is a 1-50. It's kind of weird. It's kind of different. That's what I'll say.
Who's the artist on that 1-50?
Crystal Kung.
Huh.
Same artist that did the 150 for this Black Adam #1.
Now I saw the one on the right there. That is probably one of the better Black Adam movie Justice Society posters that's been done.
Yeah, I was looking at that one too. It's pretty good.
That one's done by Lucia Perillo.
Yeah.
Crazy enough. One to the top left. That one is a Joel Jones. Never heard of her. And of course, the one to the top right. That one is done by Zoo.
Zoo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers response: Flashpoint received the highest reviews. Yep, I heard that as well.
It's almost like they got a cash cow. They're like, oh, we can't find like, shit. Dude, you gotta do something. Well, speaking of fucking, we gotta. We don't want to, but we got to.
Sold all them Flashpoint books already.
Stick break. What do you? I mean, what else would you guys like to talk about before we get into some of this other shit? I think we covered most of the D23 stuff. You guys have let me know what the fuck you think of DC. That they're definitely going the wrong fucking direction. Like fuck, man. In between, have they even fired Amber Heard yet? This poopy pants, this shit on the fucking bedpants yet?
I thought they were already doing the change.
I think they already cut all of her scenes.
Yeah.
From Aquaman, and they're going to recast her. I heard they're going to recast her. Yes.
Oof. They don't want to get freaking sued like a motherfucker.
Do they still have the staff to do that though?
Well,
I mean, because they
that's a good
fired
question.
70% of the company or something like that, or was it 50?
Well, I mean, just the one guy in charge is to say you're fired. I mean, really, it's a phone call, or
yeah.
he just writes a memo and tells his secretary to call the talent agency and have them call her agent, and then for her agent to call her and say, "Hey, you got shit canned off this movie." I don't think he would use the word shit canned because her shit didn't get canned.
Yeah, but like they gotta like anybody else, something like that happened, they would have took the risk of just firing you and take the repercussions because it's bad publicity. Like, why should it be any different for her?
Well, for her, I think something contractually they owe her.
I mean, I'm sure there's other contracts on other people, and they've done something outlandish, and they've had to nix a movie and fire them, and just, you know what I mean? Like this is the same thing. She was like got found guilty of assault, basically. You know what I'm saying? And whatever other charges, like she can't keep her job. If she was in the NBA, they would have fucking fined her for 17 games.
Yeah, I mean, Lord of Brooklyn saying they can't fire her now while bringing back Ezra, but they kind of are. It's like,
I mean, they delay the movie at this point.
I don't know, man.
She wasn't a main character.
She had a lot. Apparently, when they recorded shit, she had a lot more scenes. And then when the finished product for the Aquaman 2, there wasn't very many. And then when all the shit went down, apparently DC was like, we'll just cut him out, and then they were like, we're just gonna recast. So we'll see what happens. But I think Jason Momoa is pretty pissed off about it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure
That's
the
probably the
movie's
reason why
different.
he shaved his head, got his tattoos because he don't give a fuck.
And look, in the most interesting series for Aquaman, none of it dealt with old girl anyway, with Mira anyway, right? Because his domain, they had a whole civil war, and they were fighting with the deep. And none of it freaking needed Mira. Fucking Dolphin, her ass was fucking more integral to the civil war than Mira was. So all they got to do is just point to the comics. And yeah, they had Mira on the freaking on the cover for. I don't know if you guys remember that Josh Middleton cover for Mira, but nobody bought that shit. So
Because nobody told him to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. It's like if you buy what you like, man, you can't blame anybody for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to. Man, I'm going back and finding so many books that I didn't even know existed because I've been out of the hobby for so long, man. I just like some of the covers, man, and then I read the book and I'm like, oh, I remember this shit, but I don't remember this cover. You know what I'm saying? So there's other stuff out there, man. You can't just be like, complaining about the hobby, man. There's good stories out there.
I mean,
It doesn't have to be about a movie.
It's DC. What's DC been doing for us lately?
I mean, there's some DC books, man, out there that are so undervalued, man. So like undervalued. I'd be out there buying up every last one of them right now. And I've been buying some, and I'm just waiting until I get some more, and then I'll let you know what I got.
That's fair.
And then you can catch us what not so.
I'm not selling that because that shit is disappearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna just find that shit at a shop. That's what I'm saying, man. Those books are slowly but surely no longer to be found. That's why everybody's complaining about modern. What do you mean, man? These books are modern. All the stuff from before is fucking gone. If you can get some decent shaped shit, man, fucking grab that shit because it's disappearing. Like cassette tapes and 45s. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is fucking disappearing, bro.
Right. I tell you what, freaking Drake started talking about VHSs. So,
man, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, dude, you know how many fucking VHS tapes I had when I was a kid, man? Like, man, so many, man.
Yeah, Star Wars, Gremlins shit.
Gremlins
2. Yeah, if you come across any Gremlins 2, freaking grab that shit because it has a alternate version to what everybody saw in the theaters.
Dude, I remember video stores giving videotapes away. The rental shops, man. When I live around the corner from, they're still there. But man, when they had VHS tapes, man, they were fucking giving that shit away, man.
You know what? I think I might have lived in a test market area for some movies in the late 80s and early 90s because I remember some shit that everybody's like, that was an alternate ending that wasn't released. I was like, that's what I saw in the theater, bro.
Yeah, I believe it.
There's been a couple instances for that shit. I remember seeing Too Fast, Too Furious, and there being some extra scenes that made it to the deleted scenes on the DVD.
Yeah, I think that was like a test showing.
That shit was in the movie when I watched it, bro. So
yeah, I mean, I think there's some like DC had. I think they just need to get some. I don't know, man, because they be having some nice books, man, some beautiful covers, stories be decent, but it's just like, man, when it comes to like movies, like I just don't, you can't do it, man. They just don't pull it off, and maybe that's cool, man. I just think if they're making good books, you really can't complain that the movies aren't good.
I think Mary Marvel's the only one that's going to stick.
They got some good stories, man. Some of their stories are good, man.
Well, but you see that they're trying to push comic readers to the movies instead of the other way around. Marvel does it the other way around. They take movie watchers and push them to comics.
Yeah.
But DC is like, no, we have good comics and we want to try to make good movies now. So it's like the opposite effect. But there is. There was a point I was trying to get to here, but I'm so fucking exhausted right now.
The only thing that's pushing me away from like DC is the price of the books. They're getting kind of up
Oh
there.
yeah, I was getting with their push in right now and giving Mary Marvel the powers of Shazam in the comic books, and then really focusing on. So like it's weird. The actress who played her one form in the first movie is now playing both forms in the second movie. It's like whatever, something like that happened. But there's a big push to like highlight her character, and I'm just wondering if they're continuing to do that because they want to take Zach Levi, and maybe he wants to leave the Shazam role. Like I don't know if that's like a position that DC's trying to take to try to line up their movies so that Zachary can just do whatever the fuck he wants after another sequel or two, and then have them still have a power player in the role.
Man, DC don't know what they go. They just doing shit over there. They don't know what they doing, bro.
The best thing they have.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, when it comes to like the Black Label stuff, it seems a little bit more focused when we talk about the horror stuff like Basketful of Heads and I forget the name of the other shit.
Nice House on the Lake.
Yeah, refrigerator. Yeah, Basketful of Heads, refrigerator full of heads.
What's
yeah,
the one with the two plumbers?
Soul Plumber. Yeah, Soul Plumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, those are definitely focused. It's just this other shit, you know. They're like you said, it does seem like they're trying to just do anything just to get everybody in there. In fact, you know, a lot of the practices by Marvel, they just copying that shit. Like, oh, you guys are doing a 1 to 10, let's do a 1 to 10. You guys are doing a 1 to 50, let's now start doing 1 to 50s.
Wait, is the target audience that they're trying to reach out for Black Label actually reaching to that audience?
Well, I noticed that Black Label people, the people who are reading Black Label, are like hardcore fans of certain properties. Like if it's a Batman Black Label book, that's that guy who's I buy every Batman book. And he saw the Batwang and it did not phase him the first time, so he's continued to pick up all that Tom King shit. But that Tom King 12-issue Batman and Catwoman, that's Black Label, right?
Yep.
So, oh yeah, because they did deeds in it, so it had to be Black Label. But I mean, the Black Label storyline is basically what DC should have been doing the whole time with their characters, telling adult stories for the adult audience that's obviously buying their books. But what do I know?
So, in lieu of doing their DC fandom, they have they put a lot of their money into New York Comic Con. They are doing a bunch of panels specifically with webtoons. For those that don't know what webtoons is, there's a website out there called Webtoons, which is specifically catered towards manga. So the way the manga world works is it goes up on some of these sites, and once it gets a following, then it goes to print, or maybe it'll even go to Ultra Jump, or the Ultra Jump or Shonen magazines before it goes to like hard print. If it does well, then that's when it gets a freaking cartoon animation or in the live action, all the other stuff. So DC for the last couple of years since we did the pandemic, they've been focusing on putting some of their stuff in freaking webtoons, and I think they've been doing okay. I just don't know what their numbers are. But they've recognized that's an avenue for them, and now they're going to put some of that more concentration hand in hand with webtoons going to New York Comic Con. So if y'all go to that and you see them putting out some fucking books, let me know. I don't even know if they got any new characters on that shit.
Yeah, we're working in your direction, Knife.
Nines,
are you going to New York?
Yeah, I'm going to NYCC.
Do you have any plans?
So when's Marvel going to make a manga? That's the question.
Do you have any plans for like what you're going to pick up or anything like that?
I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to pick up because dropping a variant at NYCC, so I got a booth with Ant, so we're gonna be pretty busy at the booth. So I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get to roam around. So this con gonna be a little bit different for me because, like I said, I'll be working at booth with Ant. Normally, I just do whatever and do my little whatnot shows and
Sweet.
go back to the hotel.
Baked goods.
So we'll see what happens. But honestly, I haven't seen too much that I was thinking about picking up anyways, but I haven't looked at everything that's coming out either. So I'm pretty sure it'll be some
Star
good
Wars.
stuff there.
There's like a
No,
Star Wars Japanese like manga type version Marvel that's coming out.
Well, I mean, but
for the
wait.
Star Wars Visions #1,
Yeah,
that's just the regular cover A, ain't it?
I know. That's what I'm saying. But that series, I'm sure aren't they making that as a cartoon on Disney Plus?
It was already a cartoon. On
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so I guess they're doing a comic line, but DC they already did an anime series, right? I mean, would you not call Batman Ninja anime?
Oh, that yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
No, most people will call that junk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it
terrible.
was shitty, but like it's still
the
technically like, within
concept,
the I mean, it kind of like I don't want to say like laid the track work down, but like they tried something different, right?
I'll give it to
Wasn't there a
DC. Their
Wolverine
animation.
manga at one point?
Yeah.
They'll never catch up to that though. Not to manga, like real manga. Like,
All right, I'm kidding myself thinking I'm going to last any longer, so I'm going to check out now.
Roger.
I appreciate
No,
everybody.
appreciate you for coming by, man.
Love the chat. Love the panel. I'll see you guys next time. Secret Band coming at you as soon as I get it together.
Have a great
All right.
weekend, bro.
and it's
Hey,
crazy
Aldrin.
because I got this from my daughter's school at her little what do you call it, the book fair or whatever. It's like a magazine,
Oh, shit.
Shonen Jump magazine.
yeah, with like some cards and stuff all in it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like,
Don't
they're
open
selling
that
this
shit
at the book fair. I'm like,
Don't sleep on the book fair books, everybody.
I was like,
Nope.
I keep telling people, man, freaking pay attention
got this
to
right here. Check this out.
Avengers Assembly. Squirrel Girl, Kamala Khan. Is that Wolverine?
Yeah,
Jesus.
you know.
Wait,
And it's like,
were you buying this for your daughter or for yourself?
she needed to buy like a couple books, so I was like, all right, I'll buy this. And then I got this one a few years ago, but this was one that's a little dusty, but this
Star
one,
Wars, yeah. And don't forget Star Wars. They got that manga Vision thing coming out in like
yeah,
2 or 3 weeks.
yeah. So there's stuff like if you go on your kid's little Scholastic thing, it was like kind of what I was talking about with Gary Nusser, was that they have that type of stuff when you go through there. There's little Marvel stuff. There's DC. I always see stuff in there. So there's little books that you can get that are like they're canon. You know what I'm saying? But they have access to them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, don't sleep on those books, especially those first edition kids books. Like, you don't believe me? Look up how much a freaking first edition hardcover Harry Potter fucking book.
yeah, all that shit, man. I see all that
but-
stuff.
It's got to be
Legos.
the British one, not the American ones.
I forget the name of the author that did like Fantastic Fox, Mr. Fantastic Fox, and all that shit. But all his books, first editions, fucking go for it. And they've been making movies for those for a minute now.
Yeah, they have a ton of shit. It's like in one of the portables, and they have all the rows, and you go through there, and you can see all kinds of stuff, man. My daughter loves reading, so she be just like, I'd be like, all right, well, just grab what you want. She'd be just coming out of there with stacks of books and shit. So
I mean, look at how many books get banned, and then their first editions like go skyrocket or whatever.
you know what's crazy, man, is like we don't experience that out
Raoul Dahl.
They don't ban shit out here. You're gonna get it all. You know what I mean? And that's a problem. I had to go through a couple of my daughter's books. I'm like, whoa, that's what they talking about in elementary school? Okay. But yeah, I mean, like, you just gotta, they show it all, man. They got some good stuff though, man. They got, definitely when it comes to like Marvel and DC and Star Wars, but don't look through your kid's Scholastic newsletter.
Right. Hey, so the guy I was talking about, his name is Raoul Dahl. He was a World War II Air Force pilot. He wrote James and the Giant Peach, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Charles Webb, right?
Yep. The Enormous Crocodile, which is going to have a movie coming out soon. BFG, Matilda, and he wrote Gremlins. So people don't realize that the Gremlins was not just a book; it was a book and then a comic book, and they based all that shit off of what he wrote for Gremlins.
Yeah.
That's just too many freaking IPs for one fucking dude.
That's crazy. Grab there'll be like one of those authors every couple of years, and then just do a little run, and then all their books get picked up.
People forget, man. You be mad. It's crazy, man. These movies, they just show up, and you're like, "Oh man, that was a great freaking movie." They're like, "Yeah, man, you should read the book, the fucking book." Fucking talking,
Yeah.
you know. All right, let's get back into some FOC stuff. Let's see. Coming from Dark Horse, we got Masquerade 2. I only bring this up because I do.
Yeah.
No, not that type. It might be that
Oh
type
no,
of
it's a
Masquerade.
Kevin Smith book, right?
I'm not sure, but it
Yeah,
does
that's
have a
Masquerade.
lady.
That's a Kevin Smith book.
It does have a lady on there. It looks like a weird gimp mask type costume. Crystal Planet number 5. It's coming out. People who seem to love these Opus books. Star Trek number 1. I'm not sure what the hell is going on there because it seems like there's been at least a few Star Trek number 1s coming out in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Armageddon number 2. It's weird. Usually they just like have like a cover A and an incentive. Here they've got a cover A by Federici, a cover B by Scott Campbell, cover C by Eastman, which we don't have the art for yet.
That cover B looks great from here.
It does, and I apologize for not blowing it up more, but time sensitive. And then there's a 1 of 10 by Quilano. So
I'm surprised the series wasn't delayed.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a 1 out.
No, I
I
remember. Yeah, I remember about 1, but
I didn't see it on Cover Picks.
yeah, we had the first issue 1 on Cover Picks.
Sure, Ultra showed it. Somebody showed it. I just missed it.
Yeah, because did I draft the Eastman cover or was that someone else?
For the turtle?
You might have drafted that, right? The Armageddon.
For which book?
For issue 1.
For issue 1.
Of the TMNT Armageddon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on there a couple of. Probably about a month ago.
How many covers did it have? Did it have 4 or just 2?
I don't think it had that many.
It had
3, I think.
3, I think. I want to say.
Yeah, I was about to say it had 3.
Yeah, I want to say it was like an A cover, a B cover, which the B cover was Eastman, like this, where you didn't know what it looked like, and then they had someone doing like a 1 in 10.
Now it's got me wondering if something's happening in this book.
Oh, if they're doing an extra cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 of them. And 3 in an incentive.
And they spent the money to get Riccardo Federici doing the cover. Shit.
Yeah.
8 Billion Genies, number 1, 4th print. Grab that. All the other prints have been doing well, so go ahead and fucking grab that. Don't fuck around. Hitomi, number 1. There is a Peach Momoko cover, which is the cover B. And the one to the right, that's the 125. The Marked has a 3D Halloween special. Spawn is going to be on FOC this week.
Anybody reading Spawn?
Nope. Nope. But I think this looks to just say something interesting. It's always got, this mysterious figure is coming back from the dead. And I was like, oh, man, come on.
I think Spawn is one of those books. Since it's only $2.99, people just put that shit on their pull list and let it ride, bro. It's probably people that didn't have that Spawn on their fucking pull list for years and never think about taking it off. Like it's Spawn. What you gonna do? Nobody gonna go through the trouble of taking Spawn off their fucking pull list. You just gonna keep that shit on there. It's $2.99.
Yeah, I buy that shit strictly for the covers.
Yeah. Well, they always throw in the secret variant every so often, stuff like that.
I haven't seen like a incentive from them in a minute. I seen like remember they used to do the ones on the paper that they do the sketches on. That's like with the lines and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They had those, and then they stopped doing them. So I was just like, oh okay.
Well, they were
Well,
doing that with like what all the spin-off series, like
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they stopped doing the incentives for it. They started doing those other those other titles.
Yeah, well, ever since Image got hit with a union strike, they started doing that. So they started slowing some of that shit down. But I do know this that in Whatnot, whenever I have a sale, I do have those few people that always come in there and they start asking for Spawn shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey man, you got any freaking Spawn? It's like, yeah, I got some Spawn. I just don't have it up there ready for me. You know, it's down deep. I wasn't planning on selling that shit.
I don't even know if I could jump on it.
Alien number 2. There is that Maria Wolf, 1 in 50.
She's
What do you think
amazing.
about this one, Knife?
Yeah, that was one of my picks on cover picks this week, man. I wasn't gonna let a week go by without having a Maria Wolf on there. This is her first incentive ratio on Marvel, I believe.
I'm trying to remember.
I think this is her first incentive ratio.
She's had one from some other.
Yeah, she had one for IDW for that Transformers King
Yeah.
Grimlock book. That was like her first incentive ratio, but this is like her first one on Marvel.
She also had one for Lunar Room as well.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a good point. This is yeah. I'm trying to remember. Man, I need to read Alien number 1 because I read one from the last volume, which was amazing. But I never finished it. But it looks like if they're starting a new volume, I need to get up on that one. Crypt of Shadows number 1. Looks like this a team up with Man Thing, Werewolf by Night, Gabby, and also Bloodstone. So it looks like what we're going to see from, or what we were seeing in that trailer is going to kind of bleed into this book right here. Do we know when that the actual thing is supposed to pop? Is it supposed to be on Halloween week or after or what? Does anybody know off the top of your heads?
I knew it was supposed to be in October, but I don't know an exact date.
Okay, because this one releases October 19th.
Isn't it right after like the 26th or something like that?
I'm not sure. Something to keep an eye on. Though. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The one to the right as a Sinkowitz, 1 in 50.
I like that. That's nice.
It is nice. The one that has been selling so far, however,
the Mac,
David Mack.
No, the Bengalis, right?
Oh wow!
What?
Any covers where you have like a bunch of the characters all in one spot like that, freaking those are the ones you definitely want to pick up.
I thought that David Mack would have been the one.
Yeah. And don't get me twisted. Like, some of these other covers are nice. I like that Albuquerque. I like that Momoko. I like them, but the ones that people have been asking about, picking up and searched and buying has been that Bengal. Midnight Suns number 2. There's the game variant, which is the one in the middle. Make sure you pick up those. People have been loving those design joints. Miracle Man number 1. There is a Momoko 1 in 200. But
so
for
like
my
a
money,
version of that?
no.
Or is it like that?
Yeah. It doesn't say. It doesn't say whether I think. No, it's not a virgin. It's just
a
trade dress.
Okay.
But there is a 125 Magnificent. But for my money, the open order Sprouse. That's the one to the bottom right. Looks pretty damn good. Predator number 3. There is the 1 in 25 Mastrasso. Look, this is an interesting storyline because this is a regular human. She's out there trying to hunt down Predator. She's taking on their trends and tactics and everything, so she can kill these motherfuckers because they killed her parents. Her first appearance was in Predator #1. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I don't know what's going on with that shark. It's called Greg the Land Shark, but he's been popping up all on all these other fucking covers. I don't know if it's. What do you guys think? When a character keeps popping up on covers like that, is it worth it?
Yeah, he's a
to
beloved
pick up
character.
the first
People love
appearance?
that character.
Yeah, he got a little cult
That,
following.
that character is beloved.
Yeah, he has a cult following going on.
It's Jeff though, right? Jeff the
Yep.
Land Shark?
Jeff the Land Shark. But
He said
Man.
Greg.
Greg the Land.
Hey, tequila. Hey, this tequila will do it to you, man. Shit.
Greg,
So-
Jeff, it's tequila.
Let's see.
I'm gonna buy all of these. They got the Miss Marvel San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which you had to sign up for a year of unlimited plus to get. That was the first one of these Greg the Land Shark.
Do you think those dual variants are gonna like kind of pop just like the battle line variants were? Like either like after they stop doing them or like years from now?
Man, it could be years from now, but I don't know, man, because people don't collect shit just because it's cool anymore. It's always about a flip or about an investment. Like I done bought all of these dual covers so far, but I like variant sets. I like flipping through my boxes and seeing, like a cool set of variants all together, man. So
The one in the middle's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 10. So, West Coast Avengers #7, 2019. That's the first appearance of Jeff, the Land Shark. That's like a $50 book. Did not know. Shit. X-Force #33. I do like that NetEase one on the left. Of course, Mel will hate the one on the right full of fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Maybe
Ultra
Mel,
brought
maybe
this.
Mel the dinosaur will show up in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Ultra brought this the Deadpool X-Force variant up on the cover pics. Is it the same artist that's doing all the dual variants? Do you know a knife?
So the dual variants are done by NetEase. That's the company that does the the Marvel Dual mobile game, and that's why they so it's kind of like cross promotion. Them doing these covers or whatever. It's promoting the game, and then they doing some cool ass covers while they at it.
Let's see, X-Men, once again a Marvel Dual NetEase cover for issue #16, and then it's interesting the one to the right. The solicit kind of alludes to old boy that he's got some new type of tactic. He's got some new thing going on. So I don't know if that's going to precipitate a new character or a new suit or whatever. It's going to be interesting. I forget who this was. Far Cry Esperanza Tears #1. It's based off of the video game.
Love these video game property comics.
Yeah. The one to the far right, that is cover D by LASIK, which also has a version 140. And then there's a really nice Renri 130 with a young lady sitting on the bench. Or is that a wicker chair? I forget which one. Night of the Living Dead, Revenants #1. I'm an old school freaking horror fan, so I like this cover.
The Reverence. No, I'm thinking of a different movie. What was that movie with Guy Pearce and Robert? Where they're like in the. God, what was that movie called? The Revenants? No, I can't remember. Revenant? I can't remember. Anyways, Stoner.
I want to see Brian do a horror podcast and just talk about random old shit about freaking horror shit.
Podcast has been fire lately, bro. Podcast.
All I know is that maybe like a
Every
month
Thursday.
ago. All I know is that a month ago I dropped in to catch one. It was fire. It was freaking awesome. You guys were talking about UFOs and pyramids and shit. I was like, oh shit, fuck.
We had a in studio interview today for the first time in like 3 months. We took a break so Keith could do his pilot episode for his series that he did, and we brought in a hip hop artist named Kid Cones. He's out of NorCal. He also runs all of Raw's social media for like Raw Life NorCal. Just really, really badass young musician that is really, really good. And it was a lot of fun, man. It was fun to get back into that interview style and stuff like that. But I think asking those weird questions to people is a lot of fun, and to see what they think on that stuff.
Next one is Alpha Beta's #1. Don't forget that there are several retailer covers out there. There's include a 1 of 40 unlockable LRB, 1 of 10. But what was interesting is that this week there was I guess there's a 1 per store promo that came out. I haven't freaking opened it up yet, but those are out there. So you get your if you're swinging by your LCS this weekend, definitely freaking talk to those guys. Say, hey man, did you guys get that, and ask them for it, and prepare to pay, shove a few ducats their way. But there's also,
I think it's only like 4 store variants for this. Probably less than 4 store variants for this. It's not a lot of store variants for this book or retail.
Ton of, isn't there a ton of like where they chose like the same cover and they did they sold it in a bunch of different ways where, kind of like they took out the background or something like that. Was that for Alpha Betas?
Oh, the previews? Are you talking about the previews ones that were dropped during?
No, that's the publishing Ashcan. No, but for this book, yeah, I'm pretty sure Jack told me it's only gonna be like 3 or 4, probably not even that many exclusives for it. Like they keeping it, like they putting like a choke point on it, so only letting a few people do exclusives on it.
Good.
All I know is that if you got a cover and it's got that Rick and Morty style, I'm kind of interested.
And the guys that did this this behind this title, they're actually gamers. So and in addition to that, like the premise behind it is like it's kind of like Ready Player One, but it kind of got, like you said, that more that Rick and Morty style to it. So it's got some positive. I like that they have gamers that's behind the comic book. I think that's real good potential for crossover instead of them just making a comic book about gamers, just like random characters. Like the guys in the comics are, actual representation of the gamers that's behind the comics. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Right. Petro Monorano says 4 store exclusives isn't a lot. He said that statement hurt his soul. I guess it all depends on like what did the retailers, how many copies that each retailer had to freaking buy in order to qualify, in order to get it. Like, what did they get away with? Like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? Once they start posting up on their sites, we'll know. You could ask Laura.
Only do like 500, right? So independents only do like minimum 500 print runs. So even if you have 4 stores do store exclusive on it, that's only adding 2,000 books to the print run. Even if it was a Marvel book, 369 12, that's a little bit more. That's a bit more, considering that Marvel average book is going to be printed about 30,000 issues. But when you look at like the top end, like the high value Marvel books, they hit 80 and 90,000 print runs. So if you do 12,000 in store exclusives, like even that's not that crazy if it's on one of those high value books that's already going to be in the hundreds of thousands of issues anyways.
Right.
But like when do you start looking at it like a store exclusive for what it is? It's a store exclusive. It's like It's like getting a North Face jacket from from Bass Pro Shops. It's like you can only get that North Face jacket at Bass Pro Shops, so it's going to be a North Face jacket. It's a collab. It's like if it's not like the book is you can't have it. It's just there's only a certain amount, and if you want in on that, you got to pay the price. Either you get in early, when it's cover price or whatever the intro price is, but you got to set a cap on the amount you're willing to buy in at. That's all there is to it. Like all these store exclusives are going to be exclusive to those people who fuck with those stores. So if you're a person who's loyal to the store, you're going to get in cheap. You're going to get the book you want. You know what I mean? So I think afterwards getting upset, I think that's the people who have the wrong intentions in the first place. They would, or else you would have got the book you wanted.
Justify.
It says Joe Ford says I thought store exclusives should be so cheap for the store since it's an advertisement.
It's not an
Whatever
advertisement.
they charge, man, because
right. So here's
it's their choice. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like buying a pair of Air Force Ones at a specific store. Like you're buying that collaboration. Like it's Air Force One is going to be $54, but a collaboration Air Force One is going to be $80-$90. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like come on, man, we can't get mad about that. It's when you have to buy the book in the aftermarket is when people get upset. So if you want those shoes, you take the steps to get the shoes. You know what I'm saying? Or book. Like you'll have that book if you take the right steps, you'll get the books you want. And if you're not greedy, then it won't matter.
Yeah. I mean, but to be honest, I really can't think of a store exclusive that you had to buy in the aftermarket that was just like a regular release. Like now, if it's a convention exclusive, that's a little bit different. But it really hasn't been any store exclusive this week that you had to go and buy in the secondary.
I'm saying in general, like people getting mad about the store exclusives. It's like to me, it's part of the game. It's part of every industry. Every industry. You know what I'm saying?
Everything. I mean, they got food products that's exclusive to certain stores, like certain cereals, certain ice cream exclusive to.
It is what it is. I don't. Like you're gonna buy the books you want. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you mess with a certain store that has an exclusive that sell exclusives, then you're probably gonna have a lot of their books that they.
What do you mean you don't need $15 Supreme Skittles per bag?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Hey, I kind of agree with you for some part of that, but I also have to say that I think that the store exclusive, just in general and what it is, has turned into a little bit of a three-headed monster lately. And I think retailer exclusive, and I think that, we're starting to see a lot of people who got into this game where they became a quote unquote, online retailer. And, there's people are starting to take a hit lately, and you're starting to, see the bad actors and the shit bags out there that are taking advantage of people, i.e., what happened with that recent Vanish book. And that's the only problem about it I don't like. I feel like there's starting to kind of be I don't know what the right word is, but like maybe a culture or a
negative stigma.
Yeah, negative stigma that's starting to happen around retailer exclusives and the smart retailers, aka Bird City, Wanted Comics, Hive Comics, the ones that are dropping their print runs, trying to stay a little bit lower on the print runs, trying to be a little bit smarter on who they work with and what type of product they're putting out, rather than just putting out as much as they can. Is the smart way of doing business in the retailer exclusive lane, and people are going to have to pay a lot more attention to that now.
If you're thirsty, you won't get good covers. If you're patient, you'll get some dope covers. I think retailers that are patient have the best covers. They don't take the first thing that's given to them, and then they don't have to stand on it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
a perfect example is don't buy a store exclusive expecting to make money off of it, right?
Exactly.
It's very rare, but be on the lookout for those store exclusives that are limited to 250. Look at the Dan Parent, Archie, Dave Stevens homage recently. That book is going to hold value, in my opinion, because one, you've got the low print run. Two, you've got two much beloved niche collecting tent poles in Dave Stevens and Archie collectors, who are both collectors that are like the Disney collectors or Star Wars collectors, where they put it in their collection and they're not going anywhere. So, be on the lookout for those type of things. But for the most part, yeah, you're just buying store exclusive, retailer exclusives because you either want to support, you respect the retailer, or you want to support them, or you like the cover. You know.
Nate 138th was asking, is this a whatnot title? So yes, it's weird, right? And the only reason, normally I don't always bring up retailers exclusives, but whatnot is now distributing through Diamond. That's the only and it's available to pull from the pull box. That's what's crazy about it right now.
Yeah,
And
I mean, well,
Publishing.
Whatnot is not a retailer, right? So this is Whatnot Publishing, which
Right.
I mean, they have a bunch of different titles that's gonna come out underneath underneath Whatnot Publishing. Even Whatnot is a company. Like when you push the publishing aside, they're not a retailer. They're in the tech industry. Technically, if you want to be technical about it, that's why all of their exclusives that they have had, they don't sell those wholesale. They give them away to streamers and let them resell them and make their money off of them. So even a lot of the so saying Whatnot is a retailer, is it's the same. It's like saying that Apple is a retailer, right? Like the only reason that Apple has retail stores is because they sell their product. They sell their product out of that store, but essentially they're selling the tech. They're selling the technology. They're not really. Yes, they're selling the physical product, but they're selling their technology more so than anything else. Is the way that I look at it. But this is something completely different because it's actually giving people a platform to put out their content, which is a game changer.
Right.
But
Now,
it's like you just said, Ninth. You said Apple was. You said they sell technology. They sell you a lifestyle, right?
Yeah,
So it's the same thing with the store exclusives. It's if you are in that circle or that is the crowd you move with, you're gonna tend to gravitate towards those stores you fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like going to Supreme, or you know what I'm saying, or you know what I mean. Like you're gonna go to those stores and buy items, or go be on those drop days. It's the same thing with the store exclusive. Now I agree with all of you as far as the print runs and kind of watering it down because everybody has one, but it's like, you got to pick the right ones. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't like. If all is fair and there's like you said 30,000 copies, and at 30,000 these exclusives make up a point of a part of that print run, then you already know you're going to have a sliver of what the main A cover and B covers are going to be in the first place. So even though you say it's not exclusive because it's more than this or there's too many, it's like, yeah, but on the grand scheme of it, it's still a fraction of the total amount that's out there. So they're still rare.
Man, something else people got to realize is some people don't want to play the FOC game and have to go in and order, a certain amount of this book in order to get this incentive ratio. Some people just want to find a bunch of cool covers that they like and just be able to go online and order, and go online and order those books. It's like in every facet of collecting, you have different types of collectors. You know, if you're in the wax, you got people that want to bust single packs all day. You got people that only do breaks. You got people that want to buy cases. You got people that want to buy boxes. It's a bunch of different ways to go about collecting the way that you collect. It's some people out here in comics that don't collect new comics. They only collect old comics. You got people that only collect silver, people that only collect golds. It's a bunch of different way to do it. It's all about doing it the way that you want to do it and what's within your budget. That's basically what it boils down to. But in comics, it's kind of like that mentality. Oh, if it's something in a hobby that you don't like or that's not for you, and it's not, sometimes it's not even that people don't like it, it's just not for them. You know what I'm saying? Like modern age, for some people, they just don't want modern age comics. That's fine. That don't mean you have to go and shit on modern age comics. Just stick to your gold and silvers that you know that you like. Like it's some people that shit on modern age comics, but still buy bronze all day. When in my opinion, it's far worse, far much more bullshit out there in the bronze section of comics than it is in modern. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not gonna say what that person is feeling is wrong. It's just that you got to do what was good for you at the end of the day and what makes you happy. I don't think it's anything wrong with retailer exclusive because a lot of people like collecting through the different retailers. That's all they want to buy is the retailer exclusive covers. That's they wheelhouse. That's how they got in the comics, and that's where they comfortable at. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, I buy retailer exclusives, but I'm more of a FOC guy. That's why I do a FOC show, because I feel like it's more value into that. But that don't mean that that's for everybody, because FOC will stress you out, bro. It's a lot of reading, a lot of research, and that type of commitment is just not for everybody.
Yeah. So that's why don't forget everybody to subscribe to the Comic Book Conglomerate, as we will slowly start to transition to that channel. We will break y'all off on something that we used to do back in the day. We're not just going to do FOC, we're going to do IOC. Those that don't know what IOC, that's initial order, right? That's the month before even FOC. That's when that
we're going to go for the whole previews.
Yes, sir. I've already started practicing by doing it on my Whatnot channel. I don't even sell shit on my Whatnot channel. I just like I just read through the shit. But hey, Adam, since you want to speak up, man, isn't it time for Cooking with Adam?
It's called Hidden Gems, yo. Hidden Gems. Not Cooking with Adam. That's Wednesday nights. Go to Awesome Sauce Radio and subscribe.
No, I thought that was Project Pegasus.
No, Project Pegasus is something else. First rule of Project
totally
Pegasus,
different.
we don't speak about Project Pegasus.
And that's next month, right? In New Jersey?
Yeah.
That's in Jersey, right?
Yep.
Okay. Erotica, Jersey. All right. So the first book that I have from you is Earth Prime Stargirl #4, the photo variant.
Yeah. I think Stargirl is one of the best things DC has going on right now in Over Media. Britt Bass does the convention circuit, and that's just a cool book.
A lot of characters that I don't recognize, but I mean, is it better than Peacemaker, or am I just smoking because
it stars on the CW Arrowverse shows? I think it's one of the better ones.
Okay, CW, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. This is like one of the two shows that won't be canceled after next year.
Interesting. Next, I have Justice League United #2.
This is a Stargirl bombshell cover. It's just a really cool Stargirl cover, and I was on a Stargirl kick because I watched, caught up on all the episodes I missed. So I went on a JSA Stargirl buying spree. And I didn't realize how cheap some of this stuff was.
What was her first appearance?
Stars and Stripes #0.
Okay. Jeff Johns.
Yep. Great stuff.
Sick.
Then next I have Film Threat number something 30 something.
It's number 35. It's from December 1995. This is a Kevin Smith cover. It has an article on Mallrats, and with Clerks 3 being out the last couple weeks, and I saw Kevin twice and saw the movie twice. I'm going to see it one more time tomorrow. I just thought this was a cool piece that you can get autographed by Kevin at a convention, and just a Kevin Smith completist. I just want to share that with anyone who probably didn't know that existed and shit.
Adam, how was the film?
The film was awesome. It really tugs at your heartstrings, and it's an emotional story.
Okay.
Did you say Clerks 3? I haven't even seen Clerks 2 yet.
Yeah, Clerks 2 came out like in 2006.
Jeez.
And it
That
was
one,
garbage.
I remember that one out to the movie, straight to the movie. And shit.
Clerks, The Lost Scene.
This is like
That was
actually illustrates the lost scene from the first Clerks movie, which is the Julie Dyer funeral scene, and this is one of the ones that seems to be undervalued and underappreciated. So, once again, with all the Clerks hype going on right now, just wanted to point it out.
And lastly, Wizard exclusive magazine. I forget what year.
It's number
and
235. This is the final issue of Wizard.
The final issue of Wizard. Okay.
Yep.
It's got Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern.
Brian got me on a Wizard kick.
I love it, bro. I've had so many people reach out to me about that segment, and I'm really glad that I started doing it. I'm obviously not the first person
I started buying Wizards. It's all your fault.
Yeah. Cartoonist Kayfabe used to do a really good Wizard spotlight, and I saw his after I started doing mine, and I thought to myself, man, like here's a comic book historian, creator, and everything, and he did really well with it too. But I'm going to continue doing it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite segments on Modern Comic Mayhem. In fact, I bought the issue you talked about last week because of the Family Guy thing you mentioned.
Hell yeah, man.
I love trying to guess the price of books like throughout the different time periods, or like it's just fun. Like
it's fun to go back. I want to start getting people to asking tell us what you want me to look up this week. What are books that we should look up this week, and in the Wizard
try to
Rewind.
mix it up every week. Yeah,
like when we're going through like the old prices, tell us on IG, tag me and say, hey, hashtag Wizard Rewind, tell us what this book was selling for.
What would be fun to do is like if they took a screenshot of like an eBay sold listing of a book of like something recent within the last like month or something like that, and then we like throw back and look at that book in whatever Wizard you grab. So
it's just a beautiful run through memory lane.
Amen.
Yeah. All right, I think it's time to let's get into some of the stuff that's coming out this week. All right, first up, I've got Two Land Season 1, Number 1. The reason why I brought this up is because I met this brother at the last Baltimore Con. He had all of his shit like out there. He even had a freaking costume to put on and shit. He had the fucking. He even had action figures ready to fucking go. So it was interesting to see this brother actually get a freaking comic into the Diamonds system, and because look, the shit ain't freaking cheap to get into the freaking Diamond system. So it was kind of good to see that. No, I'm gonna be real. The interior art shit, he needs some help. But look, he's trying to do a good thing. It's supposed to be, hey, good stuff for urban kids. To see that there's somebody out there fighting for him and everything. But the energy that this brother's got, you just never know, man. You just never know. Avengers number 60. This one is the Beyond Amazing Spider-Man. I like this kind of freaking
beautiful colors.
Yeah,
that's absolutely amazing, right?
What is that again? What is this? What was that?
This was the Avengers number 60, the
Okay.
Dur Beyond Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay, that's nice.
This one is the Avengers Forever number 9, the Connolly Beyond, once again, Beyond Amazing. Axe Judgment Day 1/100 by Mark Brooks.
Yeah, he's been doing all the 1/100s on that. If anybody's not reading that series, I would love to have Ultra on right now to chop it up with him about this series. It's so good.
It's
interesting.
one of my favorite things Marvel's done in the last 5 years.
Yeah, X-Men Red has been up and down, but man, when they're up, they are excellent. And the last issue was excellent.
Also, Axe Judgment Day number 5, the Enya Lee. And there's also a Momoko.
Ooh.
Yeah, that Warneck Woman of Axe variant. And it's an open order. That's what freaking gets me, though.
Oh, wow. That must have been a no-brainer to make that innocent.
Bloodshot Unleashed number 1, cover B by Rifkin. Just all types of interesting artistic choices going on here, from the lighting, the shadow, just the
red
sketch
inking.
cover. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to pick me. Order me one. And then there's this one, the cover D action figure. Problem is that does anybody even give a fuck about Valiant right now?
Valiant fans do.
You know, they're
Valiant
really
fans are heavy. They're in man. They are still buying books.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, no one carries around their like old like Valiant like hobby box.
You get a hobby box? Actually sold
Yeah,
a hobby
from-
box and shit.
Yeah, from '93.
What up? What up?
It's a box of the Valiant cards from 1993.
Never opened. God damn.
Never opened, sealed. Yeah.
Unopened.
Yeah.
Sell
My
it for
uncle gave it to-
$1,000. Sell it for $1,000 pack. $1,000 a pack. On freaking whatnot. See what you get for
Yeah.
that one.
I get people being like, "What the fuck is that?"
Exactly. What you showing me?
I'd be lucky to sell a pack for $1. Honestly.
You never know. This one is a Gerard Zafino.
Oh, someone's gonna give me $20 for the whole box. I mean, that's a maybe. On
don't
app, it
know
would
if
have
we-
to be like $40 with fees. So
I don't know what the hell is going on in this particular cover, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Carnage number 6.
It looks like, is that Malekith?
It does, right? Like the elf,
Yeah.
because of his
Yeah.
ears and shit.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is he doing up? Because Venom is like on some off-world, doing some crazy shit right now. So I don't know what the hell Malekith is doing around.
That's what do you call it on the bottom though? What's the guy's name?
Malekith.
No, the
Dark
one
Elf?
on the bottom. Huh?
Yeah, that's Malekith.
Yeah, the Dark Elf.
No, who's he standing on top of? He's got
The
his
guy that's
foot on.
crouched.
There's a
the one
guy
that's-
who's on his hands and knees and he's standing on him.
is that Rafe?
No,
Wraith.
that's
that's
Malekith.
Malekith. You can tell by the
okay.
ears. He's got
Okay.
the elf ears.
Oh, I thought that was Ray.
No.
Now, Wraith died during that whole
Oh
Null
yeah,
shit.
yeah. The King of King of or
King in Black.
yeah, King in Black, right?
Right. And we got Cradle of Filth number 3, cover A by Hedrick. Then there's Crystal Planet number 3. There's a video game variant. Don't sleep on these. That one. This one is a 1 to 5.
See, this is why I love Anthony's recent thing that he did where he started making the dust
The desk holders.
the dust cases for the old Nintendo things. So I mean, I get it's Sega, but anybody who has a video game cover, an 8-bit cover, anything, you want to get some of those old school Nintendo dust
Those dust checkers.
covers, yeah, and put it in there, man. It's so smart.
People have been making a big deal out of this whole Edge of Spider-Verse Spintress thing. They're like, oh, now we've got a Spider-Man character that's a Disney princess type deal. It's fucking weird, but they're making a big deal out of this. So if you see like the 1 in 10 that's out there for cheap, yeah, fucking go ahead and pick it up. But I don't know what else is going on with this. This one is the 1 in 10 chin design variant. I thought this was interesting. The Elvira and Harlan number 4, the 1 in 30, a homage to Freddy. Ernest number 1, there's a 1 in 100, which is just beautiful. Deadly but beautiful, that Medusa homage. Evanescent, Echoes from Void number 2. You guys have been telling me about this, but I forget what this is. Which painting this is a homage to?
Which one? Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that like a Renaissance painting?
Yeah, so Michael, yeah. Archangel Michael, right?
Looks like it. Don't know what the fuck's going on with the teddy bear, but all right.
That's their way to soften it down and not offend.
Gotta keep the boots on the necks of the devil, man. Some Gunslinger Spawn number 12.
Oh, that's actually pretty dope.
The B cover is the one I think is the new one. I think it's the B cover.
More cat covers from Iron Cat number 4. Lovecraft Unknown Kadath. Don't forget that these are glow in the dark covers. That more New Mutants number 30, 1 in 50 Sinkowitz. Darth Vader number 27 by Raza. Some Star Wars Mandalorian number 3 by Genty. Gotta love Grogu. But I don't know, he kind of looks 500 years old, man. Doesn't look cute anymore. Stuff of Nightmares, 1 in 100.
Ooh.
By Bjorn Burns.
It looks like one of the AI things.
Oh, the art.
When are we going to start seeing artists get caught for doing the AI stuff?
Ooh.
And is it going to be an issue with you guys?
They've got Abolition Man coming out soon, right? The first AI joint.
What if they were doing like AI artwork over something they've already created?
As long as they let us know that it's done through AI, I'd be cool with it.
As long as it's like transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah. As they say, I came up, I started playing around with the AI art. I liked how it worked, so I gave it a shot. That type of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, is that because don't you have to when you showed it, you just punched in a word and it kind of went off of the word.
Yeah, the way it works is you learn how to utilize it. Like for instance, for this one, you would say scary trolls at the coming after you underneath the bridge, or you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
Or, you have to play around with it and that's how it looks. Like there's a look to it, the way their faces are and how they have this weird. There's this look to AI art.
Yeah,
so I'll say this, man. The way some of this Marvel and DC comics have read lately, I think some of that shit is written by AI.
I wouldn't be surprised by the.
Yeah, it's that bad.
That shit's gonna start happening. I wouldn't mind us fucking around and making a AI comic within the community. We do come up with an idea, on the shows, and then on another show we start creating the script, and you know what I mean, like play around with it, let's have fun with it.
Creating the art, interior art too with it.
Yeah,
Aaron, I don't see you writing. Write that shit down. Find a software. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Brian's already found it. I mean, who's on that Discord?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
There's a program, but we're probably going to need to buy it or something. Get it
No,
for
no,
the
no,
moment.
it's free.
It's
So
free?
so
Okay.
what we need to do is we need to get organized. We'd have to say like, okay, on this show, we're gonna come on and we're gonna come up with the idea, like the basic idea of the plot, and then this show we're gonna come up with basic idea of what the characters kind of look with, and then we'll start playing around with the idea what they're gonna look with and ask people out there, okay, you guys, come up. This is the scene. Come up with a way to show us what your ideas did to make the scene, and we have people in the community send us their parts for that panel, and we choose the best panels as we go, and we can even have AI write the storyline at some point. We
Yeah.
just have to come up
Yeah.
with the bases. That'd
Right,
be a lot of fun.
Right, we'll just have to leave Adam out because everybody will open up the page. It's like, why the fuck is every fourth page some dude getting rammed in the ass from behind? What the fuck? What's going on?
Whoa.
What do you expect? Miracles? Are you gonna change what works?
Oh.
Look at the clown.
Hey.
Over here for your amusement.
Oh.
What about this one? A Vampirella Strikes #5. I think this one there's an open order for this one as well, but it's Segovia. Vampirella in a glass full of wine. I don't know why she's got clothes on. She might as well take her fucking clothes off. Holding a skull. It kind of reminds me of a homage of one of the old Chambers of Chills freaking covers. I feel like there's a cover like that out there somewhere. That's
great how she's holding the skull. Always throw a skull in something, man. It makes it cooler.
Yeah, but I feel like the idea is good. It's just weirdly executed. I don't know. And Jenny Fristen has Wind Thrown in the Sky #2. This one is a 1 in 25.
Ooh, that's wicked, man.
This one will be out there for cheap. How about this one, Brian? Freaking by Jim Rook, X-Men Legends #2. This one's an open order.
Nah.
Doesn't it pair up with another cover that was like done similar to this or something?
Yeah,
like that?
I feel like I've had this one FOC, or maybe I did this one FOC a couple weeks ago.
Or maybe it's like a connecting cover with something else.
No, it doesn't say it's a connecting cover.
Okay.
It looks like it should, right? Because the outlines of the green.
Yeah, but I mean, it could just be like, because it's obviously like a notepad, right? And then someone just did a quick sketch on it, and how that always bleeds over.
Huh. See, this is the X-Men Ledge by Carrie Andrews. Same book.
I kind of like that. Like it has that classic retro tray to it, and
yeah,
kind of like throwbacks to like all the old like Wolverine books,
with
like die cuts on it and stuff like that.
Man, I believe this is the last one. Exterminators #1, Scotty Young.
Old school Exterminators. Oh, never mind. Because remember, Scotty Young had that series on Image called Exterminators.
Yeah,
where they're like killing roaches and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I lied. One last one. Exterminators #1, 1 in 25 by In-hyuk Lee.
That's not bad. They just messed up with the way they have the trade dress on there, and in my opinion, which isn't worth 10 cents when it comes to like what the comic books are gonna do.
Yeah, but it almost looks like what In-hyuk Lee was doing for those Asian Pacific months, and then just like angle it and change the background color. I'm not saying that he did Dazzler or whatever, but like yeah, but just like that, kind of shooting it in for Marvel or whatever. He's probably making more money like doing store exclusives.
Let's see, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Shit. How would you choose your own adventure based on polling? Oh, that's easy. Tentacle. Yeah, Joe 477 knows what it's all about. It's all about tentacles, man.
It's gonna end up being like a manga or whatever.
Harmon Carr says, "Make a visit channel and partake in a general comic book poll." Yeah. I see some good ideas for how to get that together. Hart McCarr says bathtub, rusted tree, filled forest, ultra realistic 4K photorealism. Is that a haiku? All right. Well, that is it that I have. Aaron, what's the next time everybody's going to see you?
Tomorrow night on Brian's channel over at
Comic
Beyond
Man.
Wednesdays now. Yeah, I
Mhm.
always have it ingrained because I've said amazing.
Oh
Brian
yeah,
McClay
yeah.
was so many times.
It's
But
hard
yeah.
for me too. I know. I just changed. I just went and I finally figured out how to use Premiere enough that I'm able to start making stuff with it, and I went back and started kind of like changing stuff and that was saying amazing and all that stuff and changed it to be on Wednesdays, and it's I forget a lot of stuff when it comes to that, but yeah, man.
Oh, so you finally got Adobe Premiere, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So,
dude, it makes a world of a difference, right?
yeah, I just hate learning a new program. Like,
Yeah.
when you have to learn the new keyboard shortcuts and stuff, like
Yeah.
it takes a little bit of time. It's just a pain in the ass, but yeah, I'm getting there. So I'm getting to a point where I'm able to now start, creating new trailers and clips and
Yeah. But
intros
I
and
mean,
stuff.
some of those programs you can like reprogram like what you know as that function,
Yes.
or like and change the hotkeys and stuff like that. But okay,
Yeah.
yeah, off topic. But anyways, yeah, and then I'll have a whatnot sale for comics on Sunday, and then next weekend, I thought I was gonna be missing it because my band's playing, but we ended up headlining the show on Saturday, so I can
Ooh,
sell foreign comics right before I go on stage. So, but I mean, I'll be
nice.
doing that
Foreign
from home.
Comic Weekend,
Yeah,
Part 5.
yeah, and I'm stoked because I have some Japanese soccer cards.
So
So,
unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have like just a couple things for sale, but I'll mostly just be hanging out and dual streaming with everybody that's doing it and talking. And I really like doing the Foreign Comic Weekend for that part. Watching you guys sell and asking questions about what's going on with Rob and Josh, and it's a lot of fun.
yeah, I'm hoping I get my Brazilian books in by then too, so I get fresh
Okay.
off the wax, right?
Yeah.
Brian, how about you, man? You said you got a show tomorrow with Yee.
So tomorrow I have a sale. I'm doing a Punisher spotlight, so nothing but Punisher books. I got a ton of Punisher Max, ton of the Garth Ennis stuff, ton of guest appearances in Amazing Spider-Man and other books. So if you guys are into Punisher, you guys can go check it out. Follow me at Brian McClay on IG. You can find the link in the bio there to that sale. But yeah, it's the same on whatnot. My name is at Brian McClay. So I'll be doing all Punisher tomorrow, and then I've got Modern Comic Mayhem starting around 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I really liked how the show is kind of becoming, that place where when the news happens, we really try to get the people who are, were there where it happened, whether it's a con or a store or we're part of it, talk to the people that are involved. It was nice having Smaggle and Journal on last week, but it was a 4-hour show, and 4-hour shows are fun, for the audience and stuff. But I think I'm going to try and figure out a way at some point, once we figured everything out, is to kind of like do the Saturday night show and maybe do it for just members and stuff. And then they can all be part of the live thing.
Right,
and
right.
And then clip it, in segments, where you do, the first segment, that's your video on Sunday or this and that, just because 4-hour shows are so long, man, and you lose a lot of people, and there's just so much good information in that show because people are just jumping on throughout the night. It's kind of like Drunken Chat where you just have people jumping on, but
Jumping in and
it's
out. Yeah.
it's nice because I'm able to kind of like put out the bat signal and say, hey, let's get this person on, tonight. If you're listening, come on. And they eventually come on, and that's kind of what I want it to be, that place where, I'm talking to Matt Nelson right now. So start getting your CGC questions ready, and, be responsible in the questions that you're going to send me that I can ask. I'm not going to ask, at douchebag questions, but I'm going to start asking the questions that you guys want to hear the best I can, and tell the people that are coming on, hey, these are the questions that we have now, and if you want to prepare for them, this and that, and then still have the ability during the live chat for people to say, okay, ask this now, ask this now. You know what I mean? So Matt Nelson, I really want to get Dinesh on. The plan is to have Dinesh on here soon.
Good one.
And some of these, I also want to start doing is, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling here, but this is a lot of information that I've learned over the last couple of weeks, where the shows just get to a point where they're so long and there's 12 people on the screen, it can be a little confusing. So I'm trying to figure out how to kind of clean that up, bring people in as the show goes on, and, drop people out, and, we've been doing a lot of stuff with segments.
Don't worry about tomorrow because I will be late because I'm working a football game again tomorrow.
Oh yeah, brother. Yeah, no worries, man. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So Modern Comic Mayhem Saturday nights, Punisher sale tomorrow, and then I have a on Sunday. I think I have. Let me tell you what I got. On Sunday, I have a Dave Stevens, Greg Horn, Brian Boland spotlight sale. So nothing but Dave Stevens, Greg Horn, Brian Boland, and maybe a little bit more Adam Hughes that I didn't get through from the last two sales. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Rated Raw. Exactly. I definitely want to kind of be more of the Art Bell than the George Snorri, but I also want to have these people to be willing to come on and know they're not just going to be put in a corner and just berated. You know what I mean? I want it. Hey, we're going to try and ask these questions, and a lot of people are asking about this. A lot of people want to know about this. What's going on?
Right. Okay. All right, brother. We'll see you tomorrow, man, on your show.
Oh,
yeah. Remo, what you got going on this weekend, man?
What Not Sell Part 2.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, shit. Nah, just some rest, man. That's what I'm gonna do this weekend. Long week, man. Winding down. I'll be inside of people's auctions trying to get some deals. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, probably some rest, man. I might jump on a show or something, but I think I got an open weekend. I think I'm gonna chill. My anniversary is next weekend, so I might not be on the show. So depending on where I'm traveling to, and I'll decide. Depending on when I check in my room or whatever, then I'll know if I'll be able to jump on or not. So
okay,
all right. But yeah, man. And then keep your eye out on Whatnot or my Instagram, because I might be doing a Whatnot sale here in the near future. So I got to get rid of some books. So the wife says she's got to get rid of some books. So take a look at our Instagrams, and you might see some stuff that might be going on sale here soon. So yeah. So
okay. I don't think I have any. Yep, I don't have any MPP. Just pay attention to ComicCrusaders.com for the articles and news that we got coming out. I personally have as soon as I get sober, I'll probably try and do a Whatnot sale. I've got some UEFA, if you guys like soccer, UEFA and Bundesliga cards to get out of here. I got some boxes to open for the comics that are coming out on Wednesday. I usually get rid of some of the ones during the Whatnot sales tomorrow. So if you want to get some stuff early, watch out for my show. You might be able to get some of that stuff.
In the pool box too.
Yes, from the pull box. Yeah, definitely. If you are, even if it's not on FOC this week, you see some stuff in Diamond or previews, you can definitely freaking order through the pull box, either through me or definitely try and patronize your local comic book shop. We can trust me, they need the help, especially for what's coming forth in the next probably couple months. Adam, have you told us everything that you're doing this weekend?
Let's see. No, I have not.
Or what's being done to you?
Well, basically Wednesday, be back with Awesome Sauce Radio. I have a my good friends from National Press coming to promote the Kickstarter coming on. And then Friday, I'm doing an Instagram live sale because I'm still trying to figure out Whatnot to work with computers for the blind. So I'm going to do another experiment on Whatnot sometime this week and see how much I screw that up.
Adam, you should reach out to Whatnot and say, do you have like a liaison for people to help with, the blind or deaf,
disabled computers in the general, because that's the one thing I'm having the most difficulty with, using them as a seller.
And you should tell them, come and help me out. And if you don't have a position like this, create it and let's make content showing people, how you guys help walk people through these things.
Well, shit, I'm fully seeing, man. I have trouble fucking around with Whatnot sometimes. So.
Amen.
Yeah, like I said, because I did one 2 weeks ago, and it wound up becoming a comedy show. And I was at one point, I was like, you know what? All right, I'm done. I'll try again next week.
Yep. All right, man. Freaking look, we got what else? That's it, man. Freaking, I think we had a pretty good show. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up any other stuff this weekend. There's a lot of sports going on this weekend. You pick up any sweet cards lately, Brian?
Oh man, I got a case of 2022 Topps Chrome Jumbos waiting for me right now in a CVS or Walgreens somewhere where the UPS dropped it off. And I came home to my door today saying, yeah, we dropped it off. It's at this Walgreens. Go take them your ticket and you can pick it up. And I went and it wasn't there. And they're like, yeah, they usually wait a day. And I'm like, well, why does it say come pick it up now? They're like, yeah, we have that all the time. So I'll have a whole case, a jumbo case that I'm going to start. They're going to be available. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a team break with it, but I'm going to probably do a half case team break and then put up some personal boxes available for people if you guys want to take a shot at 2022 Topps Chrome Baseball with the Julio Rodriguez short print autos with the Wander Francos, O'Neal Cruz, Juan Yepes, Torkelson. It's got 5 autos per box, so
it's a lot of good teams too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we got, ladies and gents. Thank you for stopping by and listening to my drunk ass and these high ass brothers, these looking awesome gentlemen of the smoke. I will see you guys next week, and until then, stay safe. Also, freaking send our thoughts and prayers to freaking Mel. Love you, brother. We're out.
Yep.
For each man in his time, it's pain. Until he walks along the beat and sees his future in the water. Along the pond within his reach. Never needed a world to walk.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.